Hello, punters. Hello, punters. It's your pontiff, ARCHIELUXURY. How are you today, guys? Hello. Hello. It's your pontiff. Hello. How are you? Just a quick wristwatch check. Rolex Submariner. Submariner. I gotta tell you guys, it's crazy. The pre-owned market is saying no date and date is the same money. Man, it's crazy. I would go for the date. If it's the same dough, go for the date. You know, the only reason I said aesthetically the no date looks perfect was because I'm trying to sell that piece of shit no date I had. That's the reason. Guys, this is the ARCHIELUXURY channel and we are live streaming. And I would like to invite some top class guests on the show. Firstly, Blue Shirt Buddha. Let me just tell you this now. He is absolutely a fantastic punter. Fantastic punter. Speaking of fantastic punters, we got...
Hello, Archie.
How are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
Hey, man. Guess what? I was actually, before I got ready this morning, I always do a troll. I wake up 8 o'clock. My wife brings me a cup of coffee and a snack. And I was having a look at Austin Daniels' live stream from yesterday. He's rebel streaming against me.
Yep.
Just between you and me, fuck me dead hits trash. Can I say that? I normally don't mention other YouTube channels, but fuck me dead. It is garbage. Absolute garbage. He's interviewing this.
Yeah. I saw the beginning where he interviewed
this. Wants to be
I don't know if
famous.
We should be talking.
This wants to be famous.
Yep. It was really funny on the episode before. He had Dis and Marcelo on at the same time.
I do have to say one thing, but Austin said the biggest reason he knew he was famous when the pontiff mentioned him. He said, "Yeah,
yes, I remember him saying that. Yeah,
yeah, that was so great. Yeah, thank you, Austin. I kind of feel sorry for Austin. You know, Austin's one of these guys who Look, I love Austin. I love Austin. You know, Austin. If Austin was a watch, he'd be a Hydronaut or an Iconaut.
Yeah.
Unloved, unwanted, uninteresting. Absolutely no sex appeal, no nothing. And look, normally I don't like to talk about competitors, but this competitor is so piss weak. Nothing's going to bring that guy. I just can't believe. I mean, Dis wants to be famous because something's missed. Do you want to be famous? Why are you here, Green Room? Why are you here?
I've been asking myself that every day I join the stream, and I'm really trying to. I'll come up with some type of answer for you soon, but I really can't. I
Fresno,
just don't know.
$5 art. Sing a little Bay City Rollers. Saturday night, diddy diddy. I don't even know that song.
Why can you see that super chat? I didn't see that. Why doesn't it pop up on my thing?
It was a while ago.
Oh, was it? Okay.
7 minutes ago.
Right.
We got Jamie Opulence. By the way, Jamie, there was people saying that I got 3,000 or 4,000 in crypto. No, guys, I sold out for several $100s. Now it's worth 3,000 or 4,000. Okay, because let me just bring up my wallet. I'll bring up because Jamie was saying he's got 3,000 or 4,000. No, I sold out. I cashed out. I use blockchain. I'm just going into my blockchain account. I will show you exactly my crypto balance. By the way, guys, you want to donate a Bitcoin? I'm going to see my old man today. We're doing my taxes. I might need to have a fundraiser. Oh, shit. Guess how much I got in bit. Here we go. There's the balance there, okay?
I can't see it.
It's 0.00.
Oh, okay, right.
Those other ones there, that's the current price of Ethereum and Bitcoin. But my balance, total balance, I got $97. $97.49. There you go. $100. There we go. Sorry. Apologies. Just under 100 US. There you go. That's my Bitcoin balance.
What's happening with the back
there you go. Look at that.
Better?
There you go, Jamie.
Archie. Is that better?
Hey, man. Oh, Jamie Opulence. Hello, Jamie. How are you?
Hi. Yeah. Just really, really good. Really well, thank you. Not too bad. How are you?
Not so good, Jamie.
No? Why? What's wrong?
I'm going to see my old man today.
Yeah.
After this show, we're doing my taxes for the year for 2021. Because in Australia, it's June. It starts 1st of June to the June 30. So what is it? Sorry, it starts 1st of July to June 30, and I'm doing 2021.
1st of July to
June 30.
Yeah. So okay. So you're filing them now. I get you.
Yeah.
Can I just clarify the crypto?
The crypto crap.
The crypto that you was just talking about, because
yes,
someone was saying, I forget where it was, but someone was saying, I don't know why Archie doesn't take crypto, and I said actually he does.
He does take crypto.
Someone posted the wallet address.
Yeah, but it's down below in the description. Correct, it's down below in the description. It's not a secret. Right.
So exactly, and of course crypto is not a secret. I then took the wallet address and said you can now see all the transactions. I think there was 19 transactions, and I said to the guys, but you must distinguish. Archie wouldn't have kept the crypto. He would have been cashing out on the very day that he would have been receiving it. However, if he had kept it, it was a total of around $4,000 US at today's rate, whenever that day was. Yeah, but obviously you didn't include it. You've been receiving it for a few years.
Wow. Can I tell you a story, crypto story?
Yeah.
About 7 or 8 years ago, a very good fan, actually almost 10 years ago, a very good fan of mine said, I'll give you a few Bitcoin, but I had to set the Bitcoin thing up on my computer, and it was taking like after a week. I said, don't worry about it.
Yeah, naturally. Yeah. Anyway, I've decided what my next watch is.
Da da da! What are you getting?
I'm ready to go. I've narrowed it down to 2 options.
By the way, Jamie, what watch should I sell to pay my tax bill? What watches would you sell?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, how much are we talking? What's the?
I'm going to see my old man today. He'll give me a figure.
Yeah. So you what is it, like 20 grand, $20,000?
Something like that. Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping.
Yeah. Well, we could do a we could do one of those. You know, like
telephones.
You know, like that guy who made that $70,000.
Yes.
You could have a fundraise for your tax bill.
Yes, I think we may need to do that because they want to give the money away to people who want to sit on their ass and do nothing.
Yeah.
AMG $3 off ledger asset options for when shite. SHTF discuss. What's SHTF stand for?
Shit hits the fan.
You know what, Jamie?
Yeah.
I really do believe the reason wristwatches have gone ballistic, collectible things.
Sure.
UK's got inheritance tax, 40%. Japan, massive inheritance tax. Korea. I really think, I don't even know what China, what their inheritance taxes are, but it'd be nasty. I got to tell you, I think the best way to hide money is watches.
I couldn't agree more. I see it all the time. I've got a friend, his father owns a hotel in London.
China has not imposed any inheritance tax.
Yeah. I was going to tell you, I got a friend whose father owns a hotel in London. He wanted to buy, the Panda, right? Whatever. He wanted to buy it anyway. So I introduced him to the dealer who got me my last watch. And he bought the Panda cash. Yeah. So it's like 29,000 pounds cash.
Yeah.
Well, let's not be naive. Where's that money coming from? That's coming from his father's hotel.
It's, you know what it is? It's when people stay at the hotel and they sit in those seats, the love seats, the coins fall through the sofa. 20 years of just taking those coins out of the... I know. Look, I understand. Look, you know what? Seriously, I got to be honest with you. This whole world we're living is crazy. The governments... See, they're no longer... The problem with cash is we've got massive inflationary pressure. Like, don't believe the government ratings that say inflation is 1% to... No, inflation at the moment is about 10%. Okay? The real unemployment rate, right, that's also bullshit. Okay?
Yep.
The real rates are crazy, right? Interest rates you earn on money in the bank, less than 1%, right? Man, this is crazy, crazy times. You've got to... The thing is this. I said to a friend of mine, actually, we're no longer friends. Sorry, we're no longer friends.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
You know, when I walk up the street to get a coffee, the main street of my town, I'm just being realistic. About 70... maybe 80% of the businesses on the main street of the town that I live in, they're gone. They're fucking gone. Okay. There were heaps of... I mean, there are a lot of young people that work these jobs, younger than me, and they're just out of work. They're just gone.
Look,
it's so
but that'll
depressing.
come back.
It's so depressing to see that.
That'll come back. Green room, it'll come back. It'll come back.
I was in the supermarket doing the shop, like the food shopping, and it was like 256 euros. That's... for us, like a new all-time high on the food shop.
Yes, because you're doing well. You're buying the expensive premium ice cream. You're buying
Well, hang on a sec,
you
Archie.
shop. You don't look.
To be
Let's be
fair,
honest.
I haven't been in the supermarket for about a year. I normally wait in the car and listen to the highlight of Archie.
Let's be honest there.
Now, hang on a
How
sec,
many
Archie, if I
chocolate
could just
bars did you
say-
buy?
Yeah.
How much
I
of
got
that shit do you actually
three
need?
lions. Oh, yeah, well. No, of course.
See,
Archie,
I
if I could
shop
just
at
say, look,
Audi. I got Hedafin, not even Nurofen. I got Hedafin. This is Audi brand pain relief.
Yeah.
Let me say that to you. I've got to be completely honest with you. This world we live in is nasty, okay? This is a very, very nasty world, and it ain't getting better. Let me say this. Put your money into watches. Put your money into gold coins.
Yeah. I saw.
Let me tell you this.
What's his name? The guy who's president of America. I saw the headline. He
Biden.
wants another 1 trillion. Is it another trillion? He wants. Yeah, I saw it. He was asking Congress for another load of money.
Yeah, but with modern monetary policy, they just need. It's a full stop on a spreadsheet. Do you understand?
Mm.
They don't actually have to. They don't issue bonds and rate. It's just a ledger on a spreadsheet. They borrow it from the Reserve Bank. That's their own. They're gentlemen's bankers. It's their own bank.
It's not for
it's like having an account at a private men's club.
Mm. Yeah, but that's when my €250 shopping bill becomes €270, €290, €300. Yeah, things start creeping up. You can't keep borrowing perpetually.
Jamie,
or can you?
Do you really need 7 different types of assorted biscuits? How much chocolate and ice cream do you really need?
Actually, there was a lot of fruits, exotic fruits, mangoes, kiwis.
Okay. I got to tell you, Jamie, the funny thing is I've always found it hilarious is that the really poor people, they tend to buy a lot of frozen food.
Hmm.
They like to deep fry things. They don't actually they won't buy a chicken and buy some fresh vegetables and make a nice. No. They want to buy already prepared. They're such, they got all the time in the world, but they got no time to make some decent food for the kids. They got to have chicken nuggets. Sorry, nuggets. No, not necessarily chicken. Nuggets. Reconstituted meat.
2% chicken.
Jamie, I got to tell you this, okay?
Super chat.
I've got to say this to you. The world we are in is completely faked, okay? And I've got to be honest with you, if it all goes pear-shaped, watches is a great store of money. Sam Davidson, £5. £5. What watch is Mr. Opulence thinking of buying? The suspense is killing me. Yes, what are you buying?
I know what I'm buying. I just don't know which model. And that's why I'm here. I need your advice.
Okay, tell us.
Before I bring that up, I'm going to send you a nice little super chat because I'm seeking your advice. So just carry. Do you want it on PayPal or super chat? Should we do a super chat?
Great. PayPal.
Yeah,
whatever you want, whatever you prefer. It doesn't matter.
Well, you've got to let YouTube make their money as well. So I'll give YouTube a bit. Just carry on. I'll sort this super chat out.
I didn't know Jamie had a painting on the side there to that picture. You got another picture next to it? The other side.
One.
You just move the other side. Oh, okay.
That's a wall.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, no worries. I was looking at the other one. Sorry. Okay.
See my globe over there.
Ooh, the globe collection. Yes. Sorry.
I'm making a video about that tomorrow. My $2,400 globe. Making a video about that. Right. I'm going to do this chat.
Yeah. Thank you, Green Room. Originality. Look at this. I got to tell you, the world is going to be okay. You know what? We're going to open borders. What happened to Gladys? Can you believe she left?
Yeah, that was a big shocker, wasn't it? That was a big.
I don't think
big,
she
huge...
did really anything wrong. I don't understand. They should close that ICAC down.
Well, oh, don't get me started, Archie. I think I need to just have a big calm down this stream. Need to relax from last stream I was on.
I got to tell you, it's very, very vicious. And there's no inheritance tax in Canada. What countries have inheritance taxes? A whole list of them. Korea is 50%. France is 45%. UK is 40%. United States is 40%. Holy shit. That's pretty vicious. Australia has no inheritance tax. New Zealand, Canada, Estonia, Mexico, Hong Kong, Macau, and Singapore.
Whoa.
Jamie Opulence, £100. AC3, the OG advisory service. Okay, let's get this baby pumping. What are you? Yes.
I need your advice, and I know your advice will ultimately result in me saving me money. Yes. So I want the Reverso, JLC Reverso. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. I've narrowed it down to 2 options.
Yes.
Possibly 3 options.
Yep.
The romantic in me says,
would you buy new or secondhand? What are we talking? New, secondhand.
There's 3 options. The romantic in me says to get one version which allows me to engrave it, right? I can get a nice.
Oh, I see.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's one option. The second option is a duo face. Yeah, which obviously you can't get the
engraving.
The third option. So when I say duo face, it's that one on your screen at the top, Reverso Tribute.
Mm-hmm.
No, not that one. Not that one. Well, that's the one if I want to get it engraved. The Reverso Tribute. If you go down, there's the Tribute Duo face.
Mm-hmm.
And then third is to just go and find one like the 8-day reserve, the one that you've got, the grand grand date.
Sure.
And actually find one that's, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years old.
Yep. Very interesting. Let me tell you what I would say, Jamie. This is a very, very interesting situation and what made you want a Reverso? Can I ask you that?
Because I've just spent the whole really Friday, Saturday, just watching countless videos about this watch and the history of it. The English, gentlemen that were in India, the officers, they were getting their watches smashed up from when they were playing. Was it cricket?
Polo on the horses. Yeah.
So the watches were getting smashed up. So they went to Jaeger-LeCoultre and they said, design us a watch which will stop us smashing our watches to pieces. And when I look at this watch, I'm looking to buy watches that are permanent, right? So one of your biggest problems is I don't want to sell it. I'm going to get hit with the tax, blah, blah, blah. I want to buy watches that are permanent. If I buy this watch, I see it as a permanent watch, and it be here, and I won't be wanting to sell it. So that's sort of the backstory, and I've just completely fell in love with Reverso.
Okay, let me say this to you. I got to be honest with you. I'm just showing the screen here. A couple choices that I would say. Actually, why is that coming up there? Okay, sorry. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. Tribute Moon. JLC Reverso. Okay, we'll just take that out. Okay, just hang on there, Jamie. My advice to you, Jamie, would be to say, firstly, I think JLC, you want to try and buy it on the pre-owned market. It historically hasn't really done that great. Okay,
I'll
what I
send
mean
you
by
the link. I've got one that I'm pretty
I'll
close
tell you
to.
what I like. I'll give you a few recommendations. There's the 976. Fuck, why doesn't this stupid thing come? Oh, okay, I got J. This fucking thing is just really pissing me off today. You know that? It just. Ugh! Here we go. I think the biggest decision you need to make is, let me tell you this, okay? Do you want to buy new or pre-owned? First question.
Generally, I like to buy, when you say new,
Yeah.
I would say 2020, 21, not from the AD, but someone's bought it and then they're looking to sell it.
You know that fancy wancy retailer who has the Paddocks, do they also sell Reversos?
Possibly. He's more, he just, the WhatsApp groups, he'll then source it.
Oh, your mate. You're talking about your mate, the dealer.
The Patek, yeah.
Okay. What I would say is, you know what is amazing? Do you want to get precious metal or steel?
No, I want steel. That's what you want, steel, not precious metal.
The funny thing is, precious metal in the Reverso is beautiful. Like they do the rose gold. It is actually sensational. But okay, I understand the steel. I tend to agree with you. Next thing is, it is going to be an absolute scratch magnet. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It doesn't matter. That's okay. As long as you realize that. Okay. You just got to be a bit careful. Well, you have to be careful with your Patek as well. It's not like a okay. That's okay. We're all cool. Jamie, my advice to you, I would seriously say at the moment, those tributes, the tribute to 1931, those sort of series, they're actually very hot at the moment.
If you click the link in the private chat, that's the one I'm ready to strike on in Lisbon.
Okay. The only thing is, let me say this to you, some of the duos can be a little bit on the small side.
Yeah. I have very
But this
close.
is a tribute duo.
Right.
This is a
the big
tribute duo. Okay. Holy shit! I got to tell you, Jamie, this is actually, it's sensational. Okay. Don't forget too, Jamie. You know how you can engrave on the back of the watch. You could also engrave on the back of that metal part.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Don't ever forget. There's more than one places to engrave, right? So,
sure.
I got my Reverso engraved on that plate. You know, that plate on the back, right? So, I got to be honest with you. I think that duo mechanism, amazing. It's amazing. It's very clever. It's kind of two watches in one. You know what I mean? Man, I can't fault you for choosing that. Let me show you a couple that I would say to you, Jamie, just be aware of, okay? Can I just show you a couple?
Yes, please.
Let me just show you a couple. So there's a model called, these aren't tributes, okay? These aren't tributes. These are just the standard. They've got the grand size. My Reverso's a grand. Mine's a grand date, okay? But they've also got these. I'll just turn this super chat off just so that we can see more. There's a model called the Reverso 976. It's just a very simple, but it's a grand size. It's just a simple 2-hand plus the sub-seconds, okay? 3-hander, okay? I think those are they're just very simple, okay? That's quite a lovely watch. They also do that in precious metal. It's not much more, okay? It's not okay. What I'm trying to say is the percentage extra for gold in reverse in JLC is actually not as bad as Rolex. Rolex is many times more expensive, whereas with Reverso, it's not quite. Okay, so there's the 976. Okay, that's a classic model. The other one I would look at is the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso, and there's the Sun Moon. Okay, so this is the Sun Moon. those are quite gorgeous. Okay, it's got the Moonphase. Okay, now the other one is the Reverso Grand Date. Let's have a look.
Yeah,
Grand.
that's really cool. It's got the eight days, and you've got the gauge
Yes,
where you can actually see how much day power reserve you've got left.
exactly. So this here, that's like my one.
Yeah,
They're not ridiculous money. Look at that, and that's a big Reverso. $7,000 to $10,000. You know, that's not out of this. It's just a beautiful. Look at this. Is a boxed one. Look at this. When it says 29 mil, don't worry about the size of it because it's rectangular. You understand? This is actually quite a big watch.
sure.
Look at this. This is US dollars. It's not ridiculous. This is the 8-day power reserve. It's just incredible for that sort of money. It's a magnificent. So I would say these ones here, they haven't been made for a while. Apparently they lost money when they made them. So that's a great one there. I would say myself, if you're looking at the more modern one, I would say Reverso, the tribute. So the tributes are very, very sexy. Let's just call up some tributes. The tributes are really cool. However, let me tell you what I think is really beautiful. And that's this model here. Look at this. This is the Reverso Tribute Moon. And what it's got is it's got the most beautiful moon phase. And that's how it tells the date as well. Look at that. It's got that little crest. That's how they used to do it on pocket watches. See? So you look at this watch here. $12,000. Absolute. So this is the Reverso Tribute Moon. I think these are gorgeous. Personally, I love them. But, Jamie, you know what? That other one you sent me is incredible. They've also got, let me tell you what I think if you were going to get a gold one. I love this. This is a current model gold one. Tribute calendar in rows. So it's like the Tribute Moon, but it's also got the day and the month. You see that?
Yeah.
It's a triple date. And it's in rose gold. These are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What would I get? You know what, Jamie? It doesn't really matter. I think they're all beautiful. Depends what really tugs at your heartstrings. If you like the duo, man, I'd go for it. Whatever floats. Man, the thing is there a bad choice there? Seriously, they're all beautiful, don't you think?
I do. I don't think I'd want it in gold, though. It doesn't appeal to me, to be perfectly honest. Gold.
Well, you've got your Patek as a gold watch, haven't you?
Yeah. I just think. I mean, have they always made the gold for the Reverso, or is this a new thing that they're doing?
No, they've even done two-tone, believe it or not. But look, I tend to agree with you. The original, like I look at it this way. What a Reverso, this is my opinion. They were originally steel. You know, steel was actually very difficult metal to work with because when it came out, it's a real bitch. It's a real strong metal, so that it's harder to mold, right? So they had steel. They also were mainly manual winds. There are some automatic Reversos, but I think it breaks with the tradition. It's like the Moon watch. The Moon watch should be manual wind. That's what it's kind of famous for. It's a manual wind watch. That's what it is. It's a manual wind. I mean, there's certain watches that should be automatic. There's certain watches that should be manual wind. And I think the Reverso is part of that manual wind genre.
Yeah.
Man, that's an amazing watch. Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. Cool. Wow. And that's good bang per buck. To have a Reverso, you're going to love it, Jamie. You will really love it.
The key word is it's a permanent, right? It's not really a watch you want to get into and then pivot and then come out and then into something else.
No, it's not.
I'm going into this thinking really long term, like long term.
I don't think you can really lose money on it, but you know this seriously. Do you think that's a bad thing? Like you make it sound like it's kind of look. I get
but
you.
There's many dead ends with watches. You know, there's many watches that you'll end up buying that they're tricky to get out of.
Yeah, fair call. I must say, my good friend Scotty, right? Scotty went into a few watches, and I had a bit of a disagreement with him because he bought this most beautiful. So mine is the Reverso date. There's also Grand Date, Reverso Grand Date. He went for a grand. It was the Sun Moon 8-day. Now you got to be a bit careful. He did all the research. He did all this research, and what he said to me, what research he discovered was there was one that does 48 hours, and there's one that does 8-day. He went for the 8-day because they had an 8-day version. He did all the homework on it. Then he sold the bloody thing. And I've got to be totally honest with you. I don't know what went wrong in his life. He's very fickle. And then he just suddenly says, you know what? I don't want it anymore. And I was very disappointed in him. I got very upset that he would have this watch, which he loved, right? I'm just going to pull up on the screen here. Let me just pull this up here.
Scotty, is he an Australian guy? Or?
Yeah, so this is my Reverso. I think it's beautiful. I could look at this photo for hours. Look at that. Just steel. It's not over the top. It's just, Jamie, this was the first watch I saw, and I just said to myself, that's just so beautiful and cool.
Yeah.
Blued hands.
I imagine when you're flicking it over, I imagine that's very cool because it's meant to be, the design of it is meant to be really good.
I don't really flip it too much. Like you should take it off. You shouldn't leave it on your wrist when you flip it. It's sort of, I don't flip it terribly much, but it's just, I just love it. You know what I mean? It's not technically, when I bought this, I could have got a two-tone bluesy for the same money. The bluesy's actually done better, okay, investment-wise, but this was never about investments. This was about, it's just a gorgeous, beautiful watch that you want to have. You know what I mean? That's just what it does.
If you love it, then you're going to keep it. If you're thinking investment or dollar signs, then it's, you're going to be led by that. But yeah, for me, it's permanent. Buying it for purpose.
Buying for purpose. That's very, very wise.
Permanence.
I'll just show you. I'm just going to bring up another photo here. This is the one I really do love as well, Jamie. I would say to you, just seriously consider this one as well, please. Just consider it. And it's this here. This is the Steel Tribute Moon. See? So they do that in rose gold, and it's also got the day and the month. The steel version has just got the Moonphase with the date. Yes, I don't know whether you love it or you don't. I think it's.
I really want the Duro face where you flip it and then you've got effectively two watches in one.
Yeah. Okay.
Jamie,
it sounds like you've made up your mind.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, I've watched maybe 50 videos on Reverso in the last 24, 48 hours.
Okay, beautiful. I would say, I think to be honest with you, Jamie, just pull the trigger for the one that sings to you. You've already, I don't want to pull it up just in case someone else snags it.
There's a dealer in Lisbon who's got that one, and I don't really need to go there, but it would be nice.
No.
It's like a 6-hour drive, so I don't think I'll do that. But yeah, I can make a move on it on Monday and get it delivered.
Beautiful. Jamie, congratulations, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I knew. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I have watched. You've probably got maybe 7 or 8 videos already about Reverso.
Oh,
So
they're amazing. They're
Yeah.
amazing. They are absolutely amazing pieces. How could you not love it? Tell me that. What do you think?
My first time being introduced to the world of Reverso.
Look, the Reverso it's an amazing watch, really. You're very lucky to be in a position to be making this dream come true. Don't you see that? Incredibly lucky man. Just enjoy yourself. And you've also got that beautiful Atmos clock. You've got your Atmos clock, which you love, don't you? You love your Atmos?
Oh, I really love it, mate. That JLC is so nice. It's really nice.
I got to tell you that they are very cool when it comes to JLC as a company. They're more of an enthusiast brand than a show-offs brand. Rolex, even Pateks now, they've become show-off. Look at me, look how great I am. Reverso's not like that. Reverso is for somebody who really loves their watches. That's what the sort of brand they are. And I can't think of a better watch for you to get, man. That's just incredible story there. I think that's I can't.
JLC. This is very understated. You know, I'm not walking down the street looking for.
Would you get the wife a Reverso as well?
It suits a woman, I would say. I would say this is unisex. I wouldn't get her one as well.
Okay.
But I'd be quite happy to let her wear it. I wouldn't get 2, one for me and one for her. She already has two watches.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
She's quite happy there, isn't she?
Well, she's been talking about getting a Patek, but
I told you the one to get. I showed you the one to get.
I don't really have the appetite to
Sorry,
get her.
I forgot to show you. I wanted to bring this up, okay? Let me bring this up. There's one more I've been looking everywhere whilst we were talking. This is the one Scotty had. I just want to show this to you.
Oh, really nice.
And you know what? Secondhand wise, this was 10,000 Aussie. He sold it for 10,500 because I sold it to a fan of the. Here we go, Xiao Yang Green Room. Wake up, $5. Wake up, Green Room. I gotta say, Jamie, please. I think this is a beautiful watch for you. Look, whatever one you want, but this is one Scotty had. I was so disappointed Scotty sold this watch. Van Lux, $2.80. At least Bobby Google never slept while on your show. Let's not be too hard on Green Room. He's okay.
Different.
What do you think? It's a grand look. You got to work out. This is the 8-day power reserve one. Scotty did the research. This is the one he went. It's very similar to my one, except it's got the Moonphase. The Moonphase. But look, you got to work out what do you want. You got to work it out. I can't tell you.
I really want the Duo face, but I also really think that having 8-day power reserve is pretty useful. And the gauge to actually see how many days we've got left. So if I see, I've only got 2, I'll go for a walk, and I'll be like, okay. Or do you have to wind it to get it to the third, fourth, fifth day?
Super chat, Frozen Yukona, $2 Canadian donation for Green Room to buy more coffee. Thank you, Frozen Yukona.
So it doesn't take any kinetic energy to get it from 2 days to 8 days. It's actually
it does. You've got to wind the bob. Yeah. Yeah, you've got to. But look, you know what? It's fun. It's your
Oh.
yin and the yang. It's the zing that keeps it going. You're gonna love it, man. You're really gonna love it.
Thank you, and your advice is very valuable. Thank you.
I don't think there's anything wrong. Any of those are absolutely beautiful. It's a very, very beautiful watch. Great history. Great story to it. I think you'll love it. I really do think you'll love it.
Because I still want that Submariner, but I don't feel any urgency for it. I'd rather get this than that Submariner.
Look, I honestly think you're. I totally get it, Jamie. I totally get it. Bright blue comment, $5. Arch, I own a 3861 Speedy, a Batman, and some vintage. Which Reverso would you recommend for me? Thanks, friend. Look, I got to tell you, what I would say is if you've got some sports watches, you want to get you don't want to get one that's too small. Some of the Reversos are a wee bit on the small side. That's the only thing you've got to remember. Let me just show you something. Look at this, guys. See, that's what watch collecting's about. It's just beautiful. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Look at this. That's my world time. It's actually not my photo, someone else. This is not my watch, but it's the same model I've got. That's what it's about. You just look and say, oh, shit, that's amazing. It's just beautiful. For the sake of being beautiful, it's beautiful. It's like Green Room. He's just beautiful. He can sit there and just muck around, but he's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And that's what life is about. You want to enjoy beautiful things. I'm about to go and see the tax man. Go and see the tax man. By the way, has your Eddie Solomon book arrived yet, Jamie?
No, I've had an email from him just to confirm my address and everything, and he's dispatching it. And
Eddie Solomon, let me tell you one of his quotes.
Check my link because I've got other things for sale.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's Eddie. That's Eddie. That's Eddie.
He's selling like bubble wrap, all sorts of crap.
Eddie Solomon, you know what? He's got a great saying that's changed my life. I want you to remember this. Are you a religious man, Jamie?
I've come to appreciate it.
I'm not really religious, but he does say something I do think is true. He says, all governments are evil. They derive their power from Satan, the devil. Okay? That's Eddie Solomon. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not religious to the point that would offend.
Yeah, but he's talking about taxation. Okay? All governments are evil. They derive their power from Satan, the devil. That's what Eddie Solomon said there. I love Eddie. Tim S, $2. When is Pontiff's blend being shipped? Grr, need his. GR needs. I am sending some out. Yeah, I'm going to do that this week. I've just been down a bit, but I've got some going out to some punters. Jamie, that's an amazing addition. Get the Reverso. It's just something to love. Any more news on the yacht?
Waiting for the new year, for the new tax year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Green Room, what's happening with you, Green Room? You were a Reverso man as well, weren't you?
Yes, for a while there, I really wanted to get a Reverso. I like the white dial and the brown strap. I'm hopeless with reference numbers, but yeah, that's a look I really like.
Jamie, Patek, Reverso, and you've still got the Amiga. The Amiga's a keeper, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's easy for me. It's easy from here to build a collection because you're building the collection around the Patek, right? That's like the foundation of the house. Now I'm just putting a few little bit of window, chimney, building the collection.
See, it's interesting, Jamie. With you don't waste time on negativity. right?
Right.
I know with myself, I was a victim of a telephone scam, right? They
Yeah.
charged me ridiculous fee for a service, and I rang them up. I wanted a refund, and I got a refund from the telco, right? So I got double refund, actually. I made money out of it, right? But it was only $8. Okay.
Oh God.
But I spent half a day chasing it up and so angry about it. See, for me, you would have said, you know what? It's not worth my time wasting on it. I'm going to go and make $1,000 that day. But to me, I was happy because I'd ripped them off for $8.
Yeah.
You see, I can't let go of things. Do you small mind?
Yeah, you got to take the higher ground.
Like if I must claim back mistakes and things like that, you know?
Principle's principle, but you know, if you're going to lose, what's the cost of you proving that point? If you're going to prove that point and you're useless and you've got 6 people that need you at work, they need your assistance and your blah blah blah, but you're too busy fixated on getting that $8 back and proving that point to someone who you're never going to see in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We've got a different approach because I say if we look after the pennies, the dollars will look after themselves. You know, the pounds look after the pence, and the shillings, the pounds will look after themselves. You heard that saying?
Yeah, of course, you're absolutely right. But whilst you're looking after those pennies, you've got pounds falling out the other pocket.
Yeah, exactly right. Jamie, I hope this watch makes you happy.
Yeah, I don't think I'll get happiness per se, but I'll be satisfied that it's.
I don't know if you know this. I was watching yesterday. I was just watching a bit of competition. One of my competitors, he came on the show a bit. He wants to be famous. He wants to be famous.
But Austin was asking great questions, very good questions of this. Well, why do you want to be famous? What's the motivation?
What's the motivation? And
to be famous?
He wants to have validation in his own life.
He wants to fill a void.
Exactly. Words. And I don't think you can get that on social. As Austin said, I don't think you can find that on social media.
No,
social media is the absolute worst place to get validation.
It's incredibly dangerous.
And I got to be totally honest with you. I think he used me. He came on. He was a bit of a dick. He used me to get up the ladder.
I don't think he used you. I don't think that. But I just don't think he knows what he wants. But seeking validation online is not the place. That's dangerous. Very dangerous. That's not going to end well.
No, I totally get it. Do you think Green Room? What's he after? What is he after?
I think Green Room just wants to clear the to pass the lockdown. You know.
Yeah.
I think I'm not sure if Green Room is able to go to work at the minute, or
he's got his own lawn care business, property maintenance business.
Are you actually allowed to work, or do you have to stay at home?
Yeah. I'm allowed to work, but as I work in the building that I live in. But my second contract, I don't want to go into too much detail, but there's no need for me to go there. Okay, let's just say that.
Yeah. But I got
day 100 of the lockdown for me. Today's day 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that, you know, because for us here in Europe, we're not really having all of this. It's crazy to think that someone somewhere in this planet is still experiencing strict lockdowns.
Well, it's not just Sydney, it's Melbourne too, or Victoria.
But we're going to open up in November for international travel.
Well, you know, Archie, I heard people saying just that a year ago.
Yeah, I do understand. A year ago, it was
cynicism. 6 months ago. So just
do understand.
You can understand my
Yeah.
I mean, first they said it was a 2-week lockdown. Then at the end of the 2 weeks, it became a 4-week lockdown. 6-week lockdown. You know, then it's maybe at the beginning of September. No, the middle of September we'll finish up. No, the end of September. I'm sorry, I'm so cranky.
Jamie, on this world time here, which time zone are you in?
Paris, CET.
Oh,
Central
you're on
European.
Paris. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm Madrid. So, but it's Paris.
Oh, wow. That's so amazing. So at the moment, it's like it's nearly 3 in the morning. Is it after 3?
2 a.m.
2:50.
2 a.m. 1:55.
Holy shit. Oh, you got daylight saving at the moment, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, these paddocks don't do the daylight saving, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God. Out of all these countries, have you ever heard, Anchorage? Do you know where Anchorage is? That's in Alaska.
No, I've not heard of Anchorage.
Yeah,
It's got a terrible unemployment.
I knew it was down that way, like the
Yeah.
Falklands, down that area.
not much sun.
No, that's correct there. Like you look at these places on this dial here, it's I mean, I didn't even know where St. Moritz was until I saw the Peter Stuyvesant commercial. I'd never heard of these exotic lands.
Where's Noumea?
Noumea, that's a French island. That's where the French
Okay.
did nuclear testing. Remember the famous French? They were doing nuclear testing. It's in the Pacific.
Yeah.
It's in the Pacific.
You know Azores? The Azores?
No, where's that?
Yes, I think that's like Portugal way.
Yes.
Madeira, I think.
Got you. Oh, okay. That's next to. Okay, yeah.
Might be wrong.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a region in Portugal.
This is just incredible. Jamie, I wanted to ask you, do the watches I don't think the watches make the man, do they? I've said this.
Of course not. None of it makes the man. We're all naked. Take all our clothes off. We're all the naked. Man is the man. What's inside his heart and his head, what he thinks, what he does, what he says. That's the man.
Yes.
The watch. I could have a 300 grand watch, and he's got a $300 Casio. But that doesn't determine, okay, he's the man and he's not the man.
Yeah.
It's I could be an absolute cunt. I
think it was actually on this show here that, we look at, not to disrespect any of the viewers there, but say Marcelo had some difficult problems, and he had the best Rolexes you could get, a Smurf and a meteorite dial.
I may or may not have been watching, Austin stream, his Bulungalo stream or whatever the other night.
Yes.
And holy shit, when Austin and his friend show up to Marcelo's restaurant, oh my God, Marcelo and his wife start having like a big domestic argument in the background. As it was fucking hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry.
What were they arguing about?
I have no idea, but you can hear him in the background. I think what happened was. What happened? It was about you. It was about they were talking. I think Austin was talking to Marcelo about his problems or whatever, and then his wife overhears him, and the wife starts yelling at Marcelo, and then like you can hear him in the background. He's like, "Oh, Archie," like it was like. Archie and their watches, like you could hear him arguing in the background with his wife. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, I see. The Japanese get very embarrassed of having social problems. See. Yeah.
That drama talk, it wakes me up, Archie. Okay.
Yeah. It's. Look, I got to be totally honest with you.
And it went on for a while too. It didn't go for 10 seconds. It went on. Because I kind of, Jamie, do you ever watch Larry David? Do you know who Larry David is?
No, I've not heard of
Curb
him.
Your Enthusiasm.
I've watched all of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's a great show.
Hey, Green Room, what happened to, Jeff? Does he get divorced?
With the wife, Susie? Am I thinking of the right? He's got the Jewish wife. I don't know, but I think Susie's really funny, actually. She's. Really
I love the way you're just a Jew from Brooklyn. Yeah. That's what he goes. I love Larry. He's obsessed with the chicken. The Palestinian chicken.
Yes, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Look, there's a lot of funny bits in that show.
Yeah,
It's a very clever show. I think
it
it's,
is.
I actually think it's better than Seinfeld. You know that?
Oh, much better. Much better. Much better.
There's just so many funny bits in the.
So, Jeff,
Like, there's so many bits. There's so
when
many funny
does
bits. I can't actually remember a single one because there's so many of them at the same time. But believe me, I watched every episode.
Jeff and Susie get divorced? Is that right?
I think so. I don't know. I don't exactly remember.
Because Jeff's
I
a
watched them-
realtor, isn't he? Or what does Jeff do?
He's an agent. He's like a producer agent, isn't he? He's a talent agent, isn't he?
Jeff.
The big Jewish guy.
Yeah.
Larry's friend.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I think he became an estate agent as something happened. Anyhow, it's hilarious. I love it. Jamie,
But, you know,
Jamie.
So Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's like one of the longest running television shows in history, right? It's been going on since forever. It's like the early 2000s. I mean, it's been on forever.
I really like Larry David.
Going.
I like the idea of that Spite coffee shop. He sets up a coffee shop.
Yeah, right next door to Mocha Joe's or whatever.
Mocha Joe's.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much. It's a clever show.
It's very clever. Jamie. I just wanted to say to you, man, you're the poster child of the successful paddock, world time, Khaleesi Dale owner. You've everything that I could possibly want there. You're very positive. Positivity is important in your life.
Yeah, I don't like any negativity. Any.
What should I do going into getting my taxes done? How should I go? I should go, I want to pay as much as possible. Is that what you're saying I should be saying?
You should be wanting to pay, because what's done is done. Your tax bill is determined by what's done is done. Yes. So you should be paying what's fair is fair. But going forward, I mean, my approach to taxes is...
By the way, I'd had some bad news last night too. Those Louis Vuitton watch box, I was told in no uncertain terms, I cannot claim them as a deduction.
Oh, I did have a question actually for you.
Yeah. This is an outrage.
Do you claim your wife's jewelry as a expense for the business?
It's personal. No, no, definitely not.
I was just curious.
No, definitely not.
You're running.
Also, I bought the jewelry box for her. I was trying to wrangle that, saying that I use it for my Instagram profile. It's developing my... I was told in no uncertain terms, if you want to do your return for our accountancy practice,
right,
we are not. They said to me, if you get audited, they will have you. That's what they basically. I said, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
You need the accountant to sign off the accounts, and
he said, look, he said, I can tell you it's trouble. He said, you can argue it all you want. Fair enough. You know that. Fair enough.
I'm just going to get a coffee. I'll be back in.
Hey, no worries, man. That's cool. I got to say, Jamie, you are right. You got to be more positive. I'm actually going into this in a more positive frame of mind. Okay. I got to tell you, Jamie, you've had some huge successes. Success is one thing about being successful is, Jamie, it can go for a while. Nothing ever stays the same. It's hard to keep the balls in the air. Do you ever worry that it goes back to bad times? How do you?
No. I'm ready for it. You know, if my income stops today, I've already got provisions. My daughter's school is covered, you know, until she's 18. My house is obviously paid off. You know, so I don't fear what's around the corner. More importantly, what I have is what's in my head, the knowledge that I've, you know, managed to get. So if it stops tomorrow, I can do something else, and I don't fear based on that knowledge that I've captured.
Good point. Good point. So, okay, fair. That's a fairly okay, fair enough. That is a good point. Yeah, okay.
You don't be arrogant believing no, it will never stop because it can stop.
It can, yes.
Most likely it will stop, right? You don't have your business for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years.
That's why you decided to pay everything off for yourself, didn't you?
The first thing I did was clear the mortgage. Just clear the mortgage. Once the mortgage is cleared, then I can start having fun buying reversos or watches and whatnot.
Okay.
But you don't start doing that until your house is cleared.
Okay. I kind of did a bit reverse to you.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm not lecturing you. That's just
No. I needed content. Okay, I'm in the business. I needed content. Nobody really.
Now, of course, I needed leads. I needed
leads. Leads.
I needed to pay for all sorts to grow the business. Like
do you love that movie, Glenn Ross?
It's all right. It's all right. It's
a bit.
I
didn't.
Wall Street.
I find it hard to sell things I don't believe in personally. Okay.
Yeah, I like Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort.
Oh, I didn't like that movie because they didn't have respect for their expensive goods.
Yeah. I went to see, Jordan Belfort. He did a sales seminar in London.
Yeah, he does. He's full of shit.
Yeah, I didn't actually enjoy it.
You didn't?
No, I didn't enjoy it at all.
It's expensive, isn't it?
No, it wasn't expensive because it was a room full of maybe 3,000-4,000 people. So obviously the cost was brought right down. It's like a couple of £100 a ticket.
That's still expensive.
Yeah.
And what did you think of it? Just
I've been to some conferences at 500,000. Really expensive. What did I think of?
Wolf of Wall Street guy.
Yeah, I think he's a knob. He's a tosser.
Are you an Anthony Robbins fan?
Tony Robbins? No, not at all. I tell you who I really like, the Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I really like him. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah. Okay. You like him. Okay. Yeah, I think Tony Robbins. I think a lot of people. You know how you find people who are attracted to religion. There's something missing. There's something missing in their life. They're kind of attracted to these gurus. And I think these gurus can give you some pointers, right? But they can't they can't necessarily tell you what to do you've got to have your own strategy and your own. Yeah, exactly. And you kind of see it. People who are attracted to these people, they kind of they go from one guru to the next guru. And I think for a lot of them, they've got to find a business. Just do something simple. Doesn't need to be glamorous or sexy or just do something.
It's a big problem. There's a big crowd of people who literally go jumping one to the next. They spend their lives paying for seminars, reading books, but they don't actually apply any of it. It's a shame, but I'm a big advocate for reading. That $20 or €20 that I spend on a book, the ROI on that, the return on the investment on that €20 can be huge.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I gotta say, that Eddie Solomon book. Look, I think with Eddie Solomon, sometimes some of the things in the book you kind of cringe. They are cringe-worthy, but it's an interesting book. Okay, I'll say that. Okay.
Yeah. What I've noticed about you is what makes you a good salesman is you ask for the business, right? Because there's one of the sales things they say, make sure you ask for the business. You're not afraid to ask. You'll ask for the business.
No,
I'm just wondering, did Eddie give you any of that? Did he teach you some of this? You say that Eddie book changed your life.
Okay, so Eddie himself, he let me know how you could use alternate. What? Okay, let me say this to you. You know Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, I like
Dave Ramsey.
It's cool.
Baby steps, because Americans like easy baby steps because they're all whiners, right?
You see his videos about credit cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets too. Look, I understand what he's saying. He's basically right, but sometimes you need to be a bit outside the box, okay? Because you know as well as I do, the people who make the most money gear, they use borrowing to get into a positions, and those assets rise, and they have phenomenal wealth created through leverage, okay? It can bankrupt you, but it can also, when it's used right, it can really excel you, right? But the thing is, let me say this, one of the best books of all time for sales is it? I'll tell you the name of it. Just hang on. I'll tell you. I don't know if I should tell you this because this is letting out internal secrets. Do you want me to tell you?
Just give me the book name. I'll buy it right away.
Okay. The greatest sales book I ever read. Okay. Now let me tell you the story. Okay. So my dad, he used to work for a government-owned bank.
Yeah.
Okay. He did loans. He was quite good at what he did, and he went into business loans. Okay, so he'd look at complicated businesses and he'd make a recommendation. Is this a good business? Do we lend them money, or is this bullshit? Don't put anything in. That was his job. Then he went into private enterprise. He worked for they called it a merchant bank, which was kind of they were foreign banks. They were actually a partnership between an Australian bank and a foreign bank. And he did that. And when he did that, he really went into these self-help things to try and learn how does he become a better at this, okay?
Selling these loans.
And what happened is he started reading these books, and I read these books as a kid. I'd actually, to be completely frank with you, let me tell you, I can tell you 5 books that changed my life, right? Including some of the sex manuals. I can tell you the 5 books that changed my life. If you listen long enough, you'll pick them up. So I've already told you Financial Independence, Eddie Solomon.
Yeah.
All governments are evil. They derive their power from Satan, the devil. He was actually arrested because some of the tax minimization techniques he recommended may not be completely lawful. Okay. But you will love Eddie Solomon, Jamie, because he also talks about always have money in diamonds and gold coins, ultimate off-ledger assets. He talks about you'll love it. He's way ahead of his time. The best sales book.
This is asking for the link, just so you know.
You know what, you can fuck off. You told me to fuck off yesterday. Now it's my turn to tell you to fuck off. I don't particularly want you on there.
Have him on for a minute.
I've got quality guests. I'm going to tell you the best book I ever read on sales. And I remember my dad reading this book, and where he used to shave, he put a number 1 on top of the mirror. Because in this book, it says you want to make yourself your number 1. You're the best in the world. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And
come on, Archie, give this the link. Come on.
Everyone deserves a 7th chance.
The right of reply, you know.
Okay, we'll put them in there. Okay, the book is called. I don't know if I should tell you.
What's the bloody book called?
Okay. This book is called How to Sell Anything to Anybody by Joe Girardi.
Joe Girardi and Stanley, yeah? Stanley.
Yep, that's the one. That's
I
the
think
best
I might
sales.
have that in the cupboard.
That's probably the best sales book ever. Very simple. What happened to Joe Girardi was he was a guy. He became a car salesman. He was desperate to earn some money. And he became the top selling car salesman in the United States in the 70s. And he wasn't selling luxury cars. He was selling normal Chevrolets, just normal cars, like a Camry type cars. And he's actually I quite like what he did. He worked hard. He's a very hardworking guy. He was a good guy. I'll just put this on here.
Yeah, I've ordered it.
Hey.
Hey, Diff.
What's up?
Nothing. What's up with you?
I just woke up.
I still got the echo on. You know, how many times do I bring this loser on and he's still got the echo on?
Yeah,
That's how I'm fixing it.
Turn off the YouTube.
And the real Bobby Pugsley. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey, Arch. How are you, Archie?
Hey. What can I do for you, Bobby? You're looking for leads. He's looking for leads. Leads. Hello, Mr. Smelly.
Hello.
Hey.
Come to
You know what? There, just hang on, Bobby. Your audio's crap. So I'm just gonna fix a few things up here. Oh, this is audio's crap. You know what? I'm addicted to it now, Mr. Smelly.
The dupe.
Yeah.
Chorus. Yeah.
I love it. You know that? I'm addicted to dupe.
Yeah.
I've been using it all week as punishment, and I love it.
Archie, you don't have to wear it anymore. It's okay.
Don't be stingy.
Archie, no, you don't have to wear it anymore. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say a quick hello, Archie, because you know I wanted you to know that everything is all okay. You made a lovely apology, and it's accepted.
Oh, that's fantastic, Mr. Smelly. Very quickly, guys, Mr. Smelly, 1977. He is the fragrance king, the best fragrance channel I've ever seen. I love him. He's English. He's got a really good sense of humor. I love him. He's very cool.
Yes, Archie.
He's really cool.
I really appreciate that. No, it was really fun having you on the live streams, and
I just got angry. I tell you the truth. Okay,
yeah.
I had a fight with somebody. Right. It's a long story. Right.
Yeah.
I had this friend of mine who, it's a long story, drawn out. It was I just lost my temper. A friend of mine, O'Sheen, he had this lady who...
3 super chats.
3 super chats. Here we go. Ray G, $5. Archie, thoughts on the new 126613LB versus the old 116613LB? Personally, this is the difference between the 40mm ceramic maxi sub 2-tone and the new one. The new one, the proportions are perfect. You gotta go for the new one. The proportions are, but they're both cool watches. They're absolutely both beautiful. Lord Charfield, £1.80. Hi, Arch. Hi, Dan. Great news. And Ethan Live Fragrance Reviews, $2. I'm the real fragrance king. Have you ever heard of this guy, Ethan Live Fragrance Reviews?
No. He's a pretender to the throne. I don't think he's got any valid claim there, Archie. No. But nice try. Nice try, whoever you are.
Dis. What did you think of Dis? He wants to be famous. He wants to be famous just for the sake of being famous. What advice would you give him? He said he's lonely. He wants to be famous. There's something missing in his life. Where's he gone? Oh. He's decided to go on social media.
Archie, you can tell him that it's a long road to the top. You've been doing this 12 years. It's got to be a very, very hard road, and you've got to really offer something unique. Don't think you can just turn on the camera and people are going to watch it, you've got to have an idea of what's going to be your unique selling point. And well, like you or loathe you, at least you've got that. So
yeah. Look,
you're the man
I
to
got to tell you,
advise him.
Mr. Smelly, that's amazing. I'm really happy to be back there in the community.
I just wanted to say about the well, you know what, Archie, you know, our community's a little bit sensitive, and to recall one of your great speeches,
I was in bad way. I was out of line.
Yeah, what you said was, I can't condone it, but at the end of the day, it's my responsibility. It's like, I invited you on. I know what you're like. It's like I threw a fox in my chicken shed. I can't be upset when the feathers start to fly, you know?
But look, the important thing is there, Mr. Smelly, you've got the best fragrance. Fragrance channel on YouTube. Guys, check it out. Mr. Smelly, 1977.
Thank you, Archie. Hey, we're still going to send you my fragrance as well, okay?
Oh,
not trying to advertise here, but we'll send you our fragrances.
Thank you so
and maybe
much.
we can do some sponsorship.
We're going to do some. We're going to do a lot more.
Yeah,
Jamie.
But I'm not sure. I've got to be totally honest, Archie, as you would say. I'm not sure that the fragrance guys are ready for you back on my stream yet. But I'm going to work around to it. There's a few people who want you back, but to use one of your expressions, our community was shocked by your actions. They were shocked. But that's what you're all about. You're a pantomime villain. I just wanted to thank you for spicing up the streams.
By the way, guys, check out Mr. Smelly 1977. It is the best fragrance channel on YouTube. It is the best.
Of course.
Okay.
It is the best. Thank you so much for coming on.
It's been a real pleasure to drop in. My watch of the night is a 50s. It's a 50s constellation. 1956 constellation. I know it's probably too small for you because it's 36 mil.
I don't mind that.
I love the dial.
I love the 36. I love the 36.
36
perfect size.
It's a 34.
It's a classic, classic
34.
34. That's so beautiful. Archie, everything's good between us now. There's no problem. You've apologized. You're a good guy. I'm going to speak to you soon. And thanks to everybody else for letting me butt in on your stream, guys. Keep up the great work. You're doing great work. Yankee Doodle, $5, Mr. Smelly. I've been watching fragrance channels. I especially like the hot AU girl, Demi Rawling.
Yeah, don't we all, Archie? I'd hate to think what would happen if you were on a stream with her. So, yeah, she's a lovely one too. We're lucky that way because we got lots of lovely ladies.
Send my regards to that lady. You know that lady with the man cave.
Ah, yes. She was mentioning you last night on the stream. I think, she's okay with you. She's tough enough to take it.
She's pretty nice, actually.
Yeah. High maintenance, though, Archie. But
I think so. Yes, but you've got some great talent on the stream. Please, guys, check it out, Mr. Smelly 1977.
Archie,
great
YouTube
channel.
Thank you. Once the furore's died down, maybe we'll get you back on. Maybe you could come on in disguise.
It's like a fragrance. You squirt it, and you got to stand back for a bit. You got to let it get the fumes settle. You know.
That's it. At the moment, I think the smolders.
Jamie, what's your fragrance of choice? Jamie, what's your fragrance?
I don't have many. I just have maybe 4. I think I've got 4 or 5. I'll show you.
Plenty.
Let's have a look. Mr. Smelly, I want you to review Jamie Opulence's.
Okay, I'll do a quick.
A quick opinion. I
saw that the green room has Chorus, so that's good.
Yes.
A classic.
I've got one of the newer bottles. My understanding is that they've been reformulated since the old days, and the old version smells quite different.
It's still it's very similar, but if you can get the old one, it's better. Okay, that's Lamal. Is that
the Christmas edition?
But it's the same scent, I assume. You can't go wrong with that. It's a total classic. 1995 release. Light blue from Dolce & Gabbana. Very beautiful, fresh scent. Great for everyday wear. Nothing wrong with that.
Chanel de Blue. I got that, Jamie.
It's a total classic.
Winner, chicken dinner.
For me, it's a little obvious, but it's a great fragrance. Versace Dylan Blue is very solid, but it's not so exciting. But it's solid. Yeah, it's solid.
And then
not bad.
Missus, she has a few bits.
Yes, she got a good. The Chanel one there is nice. Yeah, with the round bottle.
Jamie,
lovely.
Mr. Smelly, I noticed they've thrown away the boxes. Is that a sin? Tell me what you feel about that.
Nah, I don't think it's not like watches, so I think that's fine. You don't need to keep the boxes. No.
Oh, you don't think
maybe
so?
if you get a really nice luxury niche fragrance with a fancy sort of coffret, but I wouldn't worry about keeping the boxes. It's not like your Rolexes, Archie.
Yes.
Yeah, different ball game.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Amouage. Amouage is good. Which one is that?
This is epic.
Yeah,
I really like
classic. Yeah, Amouage is good stuff. We're going to have to get Archie into the niche fragrances because
Tell
he's
me-
into the high-end watches. But your fragrance game's okay, but we need you up to the proper.
I got that Cartier
niche.
declaration. What do you think of
Yeah.
that?
Very, very good. Cartier's great, but these are designer fragrances. Great, but we need you in the niche stuff, Archie, because
Is Creed that good? You're talking Creed, aren't you?
well, that would be an example. Some of them, I
Oh, there
really
we go.
do think
We
they're
got a
good.
$2 super chat. Yankee Doodle, $2. Mr. Smelly, thoughts on Terre de Hermes? That's the other one I use a lot of.
Well, Archie, you've shown good taste there because that is a modern classic from perfumer Jean-Claude Eleanor. It is a really, really good, really solid masculine release.
Do you think that's better than H24?
Yeah, easy. Don't worry about what's new because sometimes the new isn't where you need to go. Yeah, way better for me. Yeah.
What's your opinion? Like they have a scent, then they make a special version of it. You know, like they have
flankers, we call them in the game.
Flankers.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It's great. Some of them are really good. Look, in the old days, it used to be sport. You'd have this one sport, and it'd be a fresher fragrance.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Even Chanel did that.
Yes, Allure Sports. Nowadays, they call it O or Cologne because the marketing has changed. But yeah, they do it all the time, and then they'll make a richer version called the Intense. To be honest, some of them are very, very good, so it's fine.
What's your opinion on men wearing female fragrances and females wearing men's fragrances? Can I just tell you a quick tip? Can I give you a quick tip?
I'd love that.
Okay, a lady of the night I once knew, she said to me, she doesn't wear perfume, she wears men's fragrances.
Right.
And that way she's not putting a perfume. His wife isn't going to say, "Who have you met?" No, it's a men's fragrance.
Smart. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very sensible. Yeah, that's
very sensible, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that.
And I'll tell you a good thing. Another thing too is if you are going to cheat.
Yeah.
Here's a tip.
Thanks.
Eddie Solomon tip. Give the wife and the mistress the same perfumes.
This is good. I always get life advice from you. I always get good life advice.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Actually, I think we've missed a super chat from Lord Charfield.
Oh, here we go. Yankee Doodle. We did Yankee Doodle. Lord Charfield. Here we go. Yankee Doodle again. Oh, Lord Charfield, £1.80. Mr. Smelly is the supreme fragrance leader.
Thank you to him. Well,
I've got Yankee Doodle.
I actually love his show. I've actually watched your show before you even reached out to me. I actually, I really loved him. We've got a few here. Ethan live fragrance reviews, $2. I'm the real fragrance king. And Lord Charfield again.
From
Hi,
Archie.
Hi, Dan. Great news. There we go. It's Lord Charfield.
I think he's a long-time follower, and I think he's pleased that we've reconciled. Yeah, it was
I
very
be honest
upsetting
with you.
to have to kick you off the stream. I didn't want to have to.
Look, I completely deserved it. To be completely frank with you, I honestly, I just want to go on public record there and say I've come out as bi, and I love gay men. Gay men. I love gay men.
Well, it took a lot of courage for you to do that, Archie. Yeah.
A lot of super chats. That's good. Let's just see. Come on, here we're rounding these up. Ryan Vlogs Live, $2. I only use Floris in all forms. Real game.
Very good. Very posh English fragrance house. James Bond wore Floris.
Yankee Doodle, $2. What other masculine scents would you recommend?
My favorite is Bois de Portugal from Creed. That is. If there is one Creed that is definitely worth the money, forget about Aventus because every Tom, Dick, and Harry wears that now.
Yep.
My favorite is Bois de Portugal. It's a little bit old-fashioned, but that's my taste.
That's Frank Sinatra's scent.
Correct.
What does it smell like?
Old men and cigars.
It's kind of green and woody, a bit of lavender, sort of an air of dusty old bookshelves, but in a really good way. It's a little bit old school smelling, but very, very refined and quite rich.
Toyota Mo, $5.
Yeah.
Arch, it's not a fragrance party unless we have a couple of lesbians on the stream.
I don't think they're going to come on your stream again.
I have actually dated a few lesbians. Let me tell you that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yankee Doodle, $2. Thoughts on Tom Ford Grey Vetiver?
Yeah, that's a really, really good fragrance. Some of the Tom Ford, that's one of the ones from Tom Ford, Archie, it's not in the very expensive kind of square bottles, but there's a more mainstream designer line. So some of those are actually really good. And that's an example. Great scent for the office, just classy.
Omar, $10. Dan, $2. Dan, Dior Amber Nude Unisex Scent.
Ombre Nuit, Archie, Ombre Nuit. Okay. You can teach me how to say the watch names.
No, that's okay.
I'll help you with the fragrance
here. What do you think?
I haven't tried it, but yeah, there's a lot of really good art.
I still got that CK1. What do you think of CK1?
Fine, you know.
They've rebranded that as a men's scent. It used to be Uni. Now it's rebranded.
Yeah. It's good. It's good freshie. Good freshie.
Okie dokie. We've got Giro Pow. Post the link, please. I will do that in one moment there. And we've also got the Ego from Venice, $5. My natural heat smells best. By the way, I don't own a paddock. Thank you. And we got Omar, $5. Those lesbians deserve what Archie gave them. They say to use 20 sprays, though to be fair, Dan also over sprays.
Well, I can't condone.
How do I tell my dad he doesn't
this
actually
kind
like
of talk? Go on, yeah.
Vince, Fine Arts, $2. One word. Eau Sauvage. Eau Sauvage. Yes. Sauvage is amazing. Young man's fragrance.
I think he's referring to Eau Sauvage, which is the original 60s release. It's a bit confusing, but they kind of used the name for the new one, but there's an older one called Eau Sauvage, which is really, really nice. It was Steve McQueen's signature scent. And,
here's another super. This is not a super chat.
Yeah.
Real Bobby Pugsley, chubby lesbian. I love you, Jamie. Please visit me when you can.
Toyota Mo.
That's the real Bobby Pugsley.
And that was a nice Narciso Rodriguez that Green Room just showed us. So he's got a couple of good ones.
Unusual fragrance. Very different, very violet.
Yankee Doodle, $5. Women get totally turned on by a good man's scent. Most guys don't realize this.
Good point. That they care more about smells than we do. They notice it more than we think.
And what's this guy got here? Look at this.
Hello.
He's gone crazy on it. Look at this. This is Giro Pow. What's with his layering? Using the
Chanel
layering.
Blue. Chanel Blue. Chanel Blue. I'm kind of addicted to Chanel Blue. And by the way, you know this fragrance?
No.
This is pretty expensive.
What's it called?
It's called Ex Nihilo.
Ah, yes.
Are you really?
Good? Is that any good?
I don't know that one. I've heard of it.
It's approximately $500. Was a present from a girl.
Yankee Doodle, $5. Women get totally turned on by a good man's sense. Most guys don't realize this. Yeah, very, very true. And Toyota Mo, $5. Don't worry about teaching Archie fragrance names. He can't pronounce most watch names. Love you, Arch. Thank you. Toyota Mo and Hoff on Smash, $2. How about watch and cologne pairings for collab vid?
We're going to have to do it, Archie. Now, as it's very late, I'm going to have to go. But I really
see you later.
appreciate you letting me
Check
hop
it
on.
out.
Yeah.
Mr. Smelly, 1977. That's the YouTube channel. It's amazing. It's great.
Archie,
go check it out.
I'm going to try and rehabilitate you in the watch community, but it might take a while. Okay, I'm going to work on it in the fragrance community. Thanks for letting me on, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
He's an interesting guy. Jamie. How to sell anything to anyone? Joe Karate.
The message for that Reverso, I was just responding.
Oh, what did they say?
Yeah. He just sent me the button to pay now. So it's just sorting
Did you
all
get
that.
a bit of a discount?
I didn't ask for a discount. It is actually at a discount compared to the retail
Okay.
price. So,
Okay. Beautiful. Well
Yeah.
done, Jamie. He wasn't that impressed with your smell, he said.
Yeah, who did?
Mr. Smelly, our
No, he
expert.
didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Archie, may I tell you something?
Did he say that?
Sure.
Archie, I just came back from clubbing. 84th
Yes.
floor, the highest building in Europe. It's actually
84th
situated.
floor.
84th floor. Yes, I put some vids in our beautiful chat group. You can look
Yes.
it up. So
Yes, yes.
I went there, and this club is very posh. It's highly respected, and it's not
This is
easy
in
to
Moscow.
It's in Moscow, exactly. It's in Moscow. So if you enter the club, you see the guys, you see the entrepreneurs, you see the celebrities, and everybody's wearing a Rolex. I saw a guy with a golden Royal Oak chronograph, and I had my Millie on. I put my Millie,
Yeah.
and I felt kind of underdressed. You know this feeling with the Millie?
Yes.
That's the Millie goes. I felt kind of underdressed. I should have put
Yes.
on my Dated or something, but with the Millie,
Yes.
and just this strange feeling. It was really weird.
It's cool. It's cool. At the end of the day, it's cooler. Okay.
No, I saw the golden subs and two-tone GMTs and
84-story building in Moscow. Wow, I can't believe that. Communism. You know, can you believe this? Go back 30 years ago, and it was all peasants, wasn't it? What
yes,
happened?
exactly.
What happened?
I think Russia took over the American way of life, the American capitalism, and it's pretty much successful right now. I mean, you see the woman, you see the girls, you're very beautiful. You see the market at all. It's quite a different system. It's far away from communism. It's free market, and
It's gone. It's more mafia capitalism, you could say.
Ooh,
crony capitalism.
I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah. And how much is a decent apartment in Moscow now?
A decent apartment in Moscow, I would say you pay, let's say, 40 square meters. You pay approximately
40 square meters. That's nothing.
But it's expensive. It's very expensive. You pay approximately 200K in 200K US dollars.
That's not terrible. 40 square meters is pretty. It's like a studio.
It's for one household, one person household. It's okay. But if you have kids and you have a wife, you go for 100 meters, and it was approximately 500,000 plus.
Yeah,
maybe 700. It's very expensive.
Jamie, what do you think, Jamie? Can you get any business leads out of Moscow, Jamie? What do you think?
Russia's a very interesting market. I see a lot of Russians here in Marbella, a lot. In particular, what I have noticed, what I've observed is a lot of the Russians come here for the golden visa, which gives them access to get the passport and whatnot. But what they do is they plant their wife and kids here, and then the guys stay back in Russia earning the money and obviously sending to the women here. So in my urbanization, there's probably 3 separate families that are alone without their husbands. The husbands are back in Russia.
So what schools do they go to? They want to learn English?
They're in good schools, private schools.
They want to learn English, or what language do they?
Yeah, they all learn English, but obviously they learn Spanish as well as Russian.
Do you speak Spanish, Jamie?
Not perfect,
Not a lot.
but pretty advanced, like 70% maybe.
Wow, that's amazing, guys. I'm just going to take a quick toilet break. Jamie, I want you to sell to Jiro Powell. Get him on board. We'll get him.
I've got nothing to sell.
I'll be back. I'll be back, guys. Just
what do you do, Jero? You're in Moscow.
Yes, I live in Moscow. I come originally from Moscow, but I had been living in Germany for 20 plus years. I get 23 years, and then I came back to Moscow because I think Moscow, it's a very dynamic place. I mean, it's a 24/7. You can go to the jazz bar. You can go shopping 24 hours. You can do everything you want. You have so many possibilities. It's comparable to London, maybe to New York or Chicago, but that's about it. I mean, it's not comparable to any other place in Europe, because Europe is pretty much boring. I think you would agree. I would agree. So
yeah,
Moscow.
Generally, Europe's yeah, I would agree. I've never been to Russia, but I don't have any opposition to going to Russia.
No, there is Russia and there is Moscow. It's two different spots. Moscow is state of the art. I mean, Moscow is amazing place. If you go, let's say 100 kilometers away from Moscow, it's Russia. So it's not this state of the art. It's not this level.
Interesting. So what about St. Petersburg? Would you say that's Russia?
Yes, St. Petersburg is the second largest city in Russia. It's considered to be the northern capital of Russia. It's a beautiful place. It's a historic place. You know, a lot of Putin by himself comes from St. Petersburg, and a lot of successful entrepreneurs come from St. Petersburg. It's a really lovely place. It's a window to Europe, as they used to call it.
Is Moscow very modern?
Absolutely, Moscow is the different.
It sounds like, for me, when I went to Israel, Tel Aviv was where the
very quickly there. Michael Dyche, $5. Is that a Tissot on your wrist? Oh yes, I thought so. As soon as I smelled your dupe. Stick with House of Creed until you've tried enough to know best for you, Michael. Creed is so expensive. I don't have money for that. I got to pay my tax bill, guys. I got to pay my tax bill. I don't need to smell like a... Jiro, what do you do exactly? How do you make your money?
I have several income sources. I have my own business. It's audit and tax consulting. So I consult German companies because I lived in Germany for 23 years. So I have German mentality, and I've consulted big companies that are operating in Moscow and Russia. And these are multinational companies, and I'm proud to consult them because I have to compete with Big Four. Okay, and this tough competitors. It's a tough market, but somehow I think we're doing pretty much good. So
what's the tax rate in Russia?
I pay 7%.
Wow,
7%. You know, you need to know how, but it's possible to pay 7%. And sometimes I don't pay anything, but it's legal, by the way.
Do they have inheritance tax in Russia?
I guess no, you don't have.
Wow, and
the corporate tax is 20%. By the way, the corporate tax is 20%. So many people, or let's say companies, would like to invest in Russia because they pay less tax as they would pay in Europe. So they produce in Russia and export this to Europe.
Oh, I see. Got you. And are you pro-Putin yourself?
I like our president. I think he's a very respected guy. Unlike Obama or unlike Biden, he's a very respected guy.
How about the opposition leader who's in jail? Do you like him?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know him very much. I mean, it's a sad thing, but you know, that's the way it is.
Sure, it's kind of strange, that, isn't it? Anthony Nabglorgosk. He's sort of anything against the government, they arrest you, put you in the gulag. It's kind of strange. Russia's a strange country. You know, you've got the wealthiest. You've got a president of Russia who's also one of the wealthiest people. When you consider the president in Russia earns about $100,000 US a year, it's quite an amazing feat.
Symbolic. It's a symbolic value, yes.
I like Putin. I like the way he stands up to the rest. You know, he looked after Syria. He stood by Syria.
He did a good job in Ukraine as well. As a Ukrainian, we really do love our Putin.
No, I mean, you can disagree with Putin, and that's okay. But I think one important thing about Putin is that he's respected. He's respected around the world, and he does not put red lines and then retreat. He does not retreat. He's a tough guy. He's a very tough guy. And when Trump was president, it was a mutual respect between Putin and Trump. It was a mutual respect. With Biden, it's a joke. Okay, we don't have respect for Biden. We are joking about Biden.
Very interesting there. I got to tell you, what an interesting guy. He's a young guy. How old are you, Jiro?
Yes, guess me. How? I guess
35.
Yes.
Toyota Mo, $10. The chat has spoken, Arch. Boot, Jiro, Pow.
Oh, no. Why?
Sorry, Jiro, but we loved you. It was good to have you here. We'll see
interesting.
you next time.
Okay. See you. Bye-bye.
Interesting, dude. What did you think?
Oh, very interesting.
My God, it's
you can't be talking. There's shit can go south pretty quick in Russia.
yeah. It's
Right, for us, but,
I kind of think I mean, look, personally, I just think you need to have a good opposition. You can't be arresting your opposition just because you know what I mean. That's the whole point of a opposition. Is
they're stable, right? They're stable, and I think overall they boomed, and I think they're respected. I think Russia's.
I've actually been to Russia and Ukraine, and I think the best way to describe it is, okay, let me explain it to you, because I've actually been.
I mean,
there.
I know it's the rich are really rich, and
it's the best way to describe it is okay. So you have communism, and then all of a sudden we gave control to Tony Soprano.
Okay.
That's basically what it is. It's mafia capitalism. It's mafia. It's a basket case, Jamie. Believe you me. I'll be honest with you. Ukraine, Russia.
I would like him to withdraw his support for the guy in Belarus and let Belarus collapse. Get rid of that guy, Lomachenko. I don't like him.
And don't forget too, Russia had their ass kicked in Afghanistan for a long time.
Yeah, the Soviet. Absolutely.
What's Green Room doing? What the hell is he?
Chilling like a villain.
He's chilling like a villain. I gotta tell you, so we had some interesting guys on there, very interesting dudes. The Jamie, the Mr. Smelly, the fragrance guy. He's a fantastic guy. Are you into fragrances? I'm not really into that shit.
No,
you know?
I just get a fragrance for my birthday from my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, and that usually is enough to last till the next birthday.
Yes. When are you going to Miami? Tell me this.
Well, first I'm going to Iceland in November, and then
that's with your mate with the Land Rover.
Jack, my mate.
Any special preps on the Land Rover?
Well, it's obviously suited for that environment, so it's Land
You're getting
Rover.
it serviced before you go?
No, it's not my car. I'm renting it.
Oh,
I'm flying to Iceland, and then I'm renting a Land Rover Defender, the new model, and obviously it's appropriate, 4x4.
How much is that costing?
The car is, because Iceland's very expensive. The car is 10 days, 2,500 euros.
Okay.
Obviously, all the hotels, my flight. I think I've done about $6,000 so far.
Wow!
Before I've even got there and actually bought it.
It's a trip of a lifetime. Don't you see that?
Exactly. I'm exchanging that money
for an experience.
Doesn't really give me any excitement.
So how long you're going there for? 10 days, you said. 10 days?
Yeah, 10 days, me and Jack.
Okay. And then you come back for how long?
November the 18th till November the 28th. I'm back on the 28th. And then obviously the rest of the year go to well, you say Miami, it's flying to Miami, but actually we're going to Orlando.
Florida.
December the 28th.
Putin is today's legend. Thank you. I gotta say, man, you have really got it worked out. So have you told her that the sister-in-law, she knows you're going in that? How does she?
Well,
she's happy.
The problem is, so we've invited her. The problem is her daughter is 15, and she's not vaccinated, right? Because why would she be? So the problem is America hasn't. They've said that they're going to open to Europe in November, but they haven't actually come out and said about if you're over 12, you've got to be vaccinated.
So what do you do then?
So right now, the poor woman's sort of, she's not sure whether to get her daughter vaccinated or not, and she doesn't really need the pressure of a Disney trip to encourage her to get her daughter vaccinated. So, I just took a back seat. The offer's there, you're welcome, but if you want to come, you might need your daughter to be vaccinated. So, but yeah, it's not very nice, is it, to be put in that position?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough there. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's all very, very good there. Okay, absolute ball, $5. What a pleasure not seeing Pugsley, the know-all and handbag guy. Breath of fresh air. Thank you so much there. We had Dis on for a little bit. He was a disaster. He had nothing much to say. He wants to be famous. I don't know what his problem is, to be honest with you. He's just lonely, or what's his problem, Jamie?
I don't know. I would just say, just come off the internet and just, spend time with the family, with friends, go to the cinema, do real social interactions in real life. I mean, we're all online. You're online for 3 hours a day, we're all online right this very second, socializing over the internet. So it's not really right for me to sort of say where I think he's going wrong, because I'm sure I could take that advice myself and do more socializing in real life myself. So, but yeah, I suspect that's what he needs: more social interaction in real life rather than online.
Yeah, I
and
tend
very
to.
Unsociable hours. I'm speaking.
Yeah,
but I'm very much awake, right? I'm not stoned or anything.
What makes you want to come on the stream so much? What makes you want to do this?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
you like watches? You like?
No, I enjoy speaking with you.
That's great. Yes, thank you so much.
Which we discussed. But what I'm trying to do is to limit me coming on to maybe once every 7 to 10 days, because it really messes with my day, whether that be at work or at the weekend. If I'm going to bed at 4 a.m., I'm a disaster the next day. So I'm going to try and come on once a week or once every 10 days.
Don't feel you have to stay on just to stay on. If you're tired, you can certainly go to bed.
No, I'm not tired. My eyes are wide awake. I'm completely wide awake. I enjoy talking to you, but yeah.
So then I've given you a few books there. Okay, so I'm going to share another book with you.
Haha. Right. I'll report back when I've read them all.
So, how to sell anything to anybody? Joe Garade.
I've ordered it.
He's pretty good. It's a very. I think it's a great book. Okay, he was the world's greatest salesman, and he's also, one thing I liked about Joe is he was always very much about ethics. You've got to be an ethical salesperson. If you don't believe in the product, don't do it. He said also in sales, some days you're having a bad day. He said, just walk away. Don't sell anything. He said, you'll make more mistakes. If you're having a bad day, sometimes you've just got to say, look, I just don't want to talk to you, because you will say the wrong thing and piss people off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tell it to one of my guys, Greg, all the time. He tries to rush the email response to a client that's asking 5-6 questions. And I will say to him, stop, take your time. Let's craft a response like a piece of art, because you got one bullet that you're shooting back and you want to shoot your best bullet. Not some scrappy bullet that's not going to hit the target. We need a good bullet. So we're going to put some time and effort to put the best bullet to shoot.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's that third book?
I don't know if I should really share this with you. You know what I mean? Yep. I totally agree with you. I've got to tell you, in all honesty, this was a lady who I befriended on Facebook a couple years ago as well. This is a great book. I'll share it with you. We're not prudes here, are we? Are we prudish here?
What is it?
Okay, I'm going to bring this up here. This is a great 70s read. She used to... Da-da-da-da. There we go. Exavera Hollanders, The Best Part of a Man. There you go. It's actually a pretty good book. It's actually a pretty good read. She was the happy hooker in Penthouse magazine.
So it's the ultimate penis book.
Look, it's an interesting book. She tells her story as a high-priced madam.
Okay.
And it's her father was a doctor. She came from a well-to-do family, and then she went into this type of industry, and she I kind of liked her. I liked her. She's Dutch. She's Dutch, and it was a pretty good look. I'm just saying to you, it was actually I actually liked the book, and I don't just mean it as a joke and this and that. She actually does raise some good points.
Yeah,
and it was quite a good book because it was egalitarian. It kind of said, people are people. Doesn't matter how rich or prestigious they are. At the end of the day, they just want to have a good shag. So that's another book there I would recommend for you, James. It's actually quite an interesting book. I quite enjoyed that book. And I've got to tell you, Jamie, at the end of the day, too, I must say this, you get a bit of knowledge from these books, but you find with a lot of these spruikers, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Tony Robbins, they all start repeating the same message. They kind of borrow bits from each other, and they try and sell it as the oracle. You've got to have some substance to yourself. If you don't have that inner substance, these gurus aren't going to do it for you. They're not going to do the heavy lifting for you.
My strongest recommendation is The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yes, that's it. I read that years ago.
Horrible.
That's a good. It is actually a good book. The Richest Man in Babylon is the other good book. You read this is the Dale Carnegie How to Win Friends and Influence People. You've read that, haven't you?
Do you know what I really liked about the Richest Man in Babylon? It's the when he gets paid, before he pays the butcher,
he pays himself.
Before he pays the carpenter, before he pays the florist, before he pays the vegetable place, he takes 10% of what he has and he pays himself. Then he pays the rest. And it's just something to bear in mind, that we should all pay ourselves. And the definition of him paying himself is putting money into his savings that he either invests or he blah, blah, blah.
He invests. He's I must admit, that's a great book. It's a great book. It talks about compounding interest. It talks about many concepts in it are very, very. It's a good book. It's a great. It is. I wouldn't say it's the greatest book, but it is a good book.
It resonated with me. I've read that book several years ago, and what stands out for me is pay yourself. And if I live by that sort of guidance, Jamie, pay yourself before paying whoever, then you're on the right track.
There is one other book I will recommend. Okay, because
that last book was a dud. Yeah.
Which one's that?
That hooker book.
No, that was a great book.
Well, you can't get it. I've looked on Amazon and
it's
not
not
there.
available.
Yeah, so that was a dud.
Absolute bore, $2. Okay, I'm going to share another book with you. This was a very good book, actually. I must admit, this book changed my life, okay? It's not quite the most orthodox book, but I'm going to bring this up. Here we go. The Cheater's Handbook, The Naughty Student's Guide. And what this book basically says is, if you're going to cheat, never admit or confess if you get caught. You deny, deny, deny. And they gave a case where people were caught, busted cheating, and the people who said nothing and refused to talk, they basically got away with it. The people who confessed, they were crucified.
Mm.
So if you are busted, shut your fucking mouth. Shut your mouth. And that can be said too if you're arrested. Shut your mouth. Do not say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in a Spanish prison. You're going to get yourself into a lot more trouble. Shut your mouth. Let them build a case against you. It's like, and there's a lot of truth in this.
I think so.
If ever you are arrested or things go bad, let them build a case against you. When you answer questions, they may not be ready to charge you. If they've got the evidence, go for it.
They say
you don't want to give them fuel. You don't want to fuel the fire.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you do say may be used in evidence against you.
It should be anything you do say will be used against you. And there's
I've never been arrested.
No. Good point. Looser, $2. You guys ever read Shoe Dog by Phil Knight? No.
Have you ever been arrested?
When you say arrested, when you say arrested, you mean, see, there's a difference. See, in my country, I've been given a notice to appear.
Yeah. You haven't been arrested though.
No, that is actually arrested.
On the caution. Right.
Yes. Oh, yes, under caution, because I was leaking. I had some leaks, and the government came after me. Right. So I had some leaks.
Summoned to the police station.
No, it was even worse than that. It was a
interrogation,
anti-corruption hearing. You know, they had you do not have the right to silence. They've changed this. This is in Queensland where I live. They it's kind of nasty. There's some nasty shit. You don't realize this world we live in is not as friendly as you would first imagine. Let me just say that. And I got to be totally honest with you. If you don't, the thing is, I went to the first one. I had a solicitor. And then the next one, you need to have more firepower. You take a barrister. I was very lucky. One of my fans is a barrister who represented me for free.
Isn't that
Levant? Hello,
isn't
Levant. If you're listening, Levant, I love you. I love
your room
you.
Named after him?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. He's a top barrister, and let's just say I'm free. Okay. See, the whole point of having a top barrister is they fuck something up, and having a good barrister, they will run with it and say they'll push it, and you happen to get off. Okay.
I saw your website. You have lobbying services for hire.
Yes, I'll do anything for money. Yeah.
Where Archie is an experienced nuisance.
Yes, that's it. Yes. These were when I was more ambitious then, Jamie. I haven't updated that in years, but yeah, I'll give anything a go.
Archie is keen to get involved in your argument, dispute, or cause for a fee.
Yeah, for a fee. Exactly. There we go, Jamie. I've got many non-traditional ideas. GB $2. Get out of your statesman and take the train. That's it. Yes. Jamie, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. Remember that, Jamie. What doesn't kill you. The Cheater's Handbook, that's a great book.
I can't have that turning up on the doormat.
Toyota Mo, $2. Tell the punters about the laws of the fridge. The laws of the fridge, yes. Well, we've got the sponsors. I got to tell you, I've been very lucky with Nico. He's been a good sport. Jamie's good sport. Actually, Jamie, we're going to put the signs. I've got the signs to go up on the other side there. I've got the helicopter holding your sign in place. It's all you'll see it. Yeah. I've got to tell you, seriously, guys, good books to read. I think the thing is you have to also take a bit out of all these books, and you've got to have some substance. A lot of people are desperate to get into a business. They want to do a business. They're desperate for success. And I got to tell you, sometimes it's the least sexy businesses. I had a guy I know. He was a kid. He used to buy boats, buy them in the winter, do them up and sell them in the summer. Then he got into hydroponic gear. He did very, very well. Sometimes it's the least sexy businesses. I had another friend of mine who made a lot of money running a cleaning business. All right. So it's not always sexy Bitcoin and all this trendy things that it's not always the glamorous things that make money for you. You can sometimes take a simple thing, a simple service, and do pretty well out of it. Look at Green Room. He does a bit of he was just doing a bit of strata care. He does a bit of building maintenance. He's our man in Havana. Our man in Havana. He's there on site to deal with any problems that may arise. Our man in Havana.
The point that I wanted to make, sometimes it's, not the most passionate person that does the best. Sometimes people get so hyped up and passionate and involved, and they go on about how great they're going to be. Sometimes you really want someone who's grounded. Sometimes the best guy is the guy that goes to the bank and says, look, I'd like to start up a dry cleaning business. Here's this location. There's no dry cleaning businesses in the local area. I think it'll do well. It may not sound exciting.
Where's he going to the bank?
It may not sound for a loan for a business.
He doesn't need a loan. He just does it himself.
It may not sound exciting or glamorous, but the point I'm making is that sometimes it's the most boring things that can do the best. And sometimes it's all these creative people that want to go and make music and be film stars. You've got to look at, does the market demand it? That's the ultimate
I tell you another book.
Ask.
Another book I read, Jamie, which I think is pretty cool. It's The Millionaire Next Door. You've read that book, Jamie, haven't you?
No, I don't think I have. No.
Okay. Dave Ramsey did one, but he's copying. They all copy each other. The Millionaire Next Door they did a study of these millionaires. And now the thing is, a millionaire isn't what a millionaire used to be. Okay. You've got to understand that with inflation and just the cost of living, $1 million doesn't buy anywhere near as much as $1 million did in the 80s. But with that said, it's still quite a significant number for a lot of people to achieve. And the thing is, $1 million, it's often not the sexy. Like I know people who go into sexy investments. They jump around, they jump into this, they go into really sexy things. But the person who's slow and steady wins the race. 80% of success is turning up every day. Whereas the person who jumps into different ventures, they're always looking for that get rich. Now, sometimes they do find it. You have people in crypto who find this.
What I will also say is I really struggle to do many things. I can't do 5 things, 6 things. I have to be focused on one thing.
Yes, actually, Anthony Robbins says it. He says, specialize or perish. That's what he says. Concentrate on the one thing. That's what he says. They all steal each other's bits. He says, specialize or perish. I think that's what he says in his book.
I'm just terrible at multitasking. I can't. I don't
But
have
it's also
enough
hard to have like a
resources.
dry cleaning business, a bricklaying business,
Yeah,
and a
I mean,
finance business. You
yeah,
say,
yeah.
well, what are we going to do? We concentrate on one area.
I look at my brain like a computer, you know, like the computer processor of a computer. My brain doesn't have enough capacity to compute 5 businesses. I need to just focus on one thing.
I don't know if I agree with that, Archie. What about all these IT people that got into IT and in the 90s and such, and all these years later they're too old, no one wants to hire them, you know? What about them? Who spent all this time specializing in one particular field, and all of a sudden the market doesn't demand it.
But the thing is this, right? Look, you've got to. I've been very fortunate. The funny thing is, it's when you're least looking for something, it comes along, right? So this YouTube business, this is an extension of my IT. I like playing with technology. That's what I really like.
I wasn't necessarily talking about you. I mean, I'm just saying, although I know a lot of people that are in that. Well, I know some people that are in that situation that have, you know. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, but I think there are some people who are just negative sons of bitches. It's always never their fault. It's always this. It's always that. I think you've got to. No one owes you. Let me say this to you. No one owes you a living, Sunshine. No one owes you a living.
I haven't said that they do.
A lot of these people, they think if they do the right study and they put the effort in, they should be able to have a job forever. It doesn't work that way. Let me just tell you something, Green Room. By the time you are in your 40s, you should be either working for yourself or in a position that no one can easily just jump into and take over from you. You've got to specialize, have special skills that are very valuable. You've got to try and find skills. The thing is this. If you, like I had my own computer business, I did sales. I had sales skills. I had some technology skills. You have different skills. The thing is this. Let me explain this to you, okay? I remember I closed my business when I was 28, and I was really worried. I thought, oh, fuck, what do I do? It's just a disaster. But the thing is, what I didn't realize was I actually had so much years experience of running a business and dealing with problems and dealing with people and having busy times, bad times, medium times. I had so much. I was so far ahead of other people who'd never taken risks or done that. And I got to be honest with you. I think in life, it's one of the best jobs I've ever done for skills. Listen to this, Jamie. Was taxi driving. Okay.
Why was it one of your best jobs?
Okay. The money was terrible. The punters were nasty. It gave me a rhinoceros hide. I had a disgust and a hatred of the punter.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the punters I have here, I don't even read the comments. All I care about is the money.
They're savage.
They're savage.
I tried reading. I've now got the comments out because it's savage.
Exactly. So
you'll be depressed.
Being a taxi driver, I got to learn a lot about people. I learned a lot about human nature. And I learned that nasty bitches can't hold their liquor.
Oh.
Okay. Nasty bitches.
Doing a bit of Uber driving.
Sorry, you had what?
I fancied doing a bit of Uber driving.
Yes.
Just to have the experience. What's the real one?
I got to tell you, I was always scared. I was always scared of doing taxi. Like I did IT for so long. So basically, when I was 15, I started my own business. So I never really worked for I worked for my dad doing secretarial typing sort of shit for him because he was an accountant. He used to do tax returns.
Yeah.
So I learned some office skills, but I basically worked for myself from 16 until 28. Okay. Then I realized this business is turning shit. The margins are terrible. The clients are, there's a number of reasons, right? So I got a job, right? But you know what? In all honesty, I was extremely nervous because I put a lot of, we're all conditioned by our parents, right? Like I'll tell you this now. My dad, he always said, get a degree, get a degree, get a degree. Okay. I never did a degree. Okay. I did a few universities. Okay. I lied on my LinkedIn, by the way, just out of interest. That's a complete lie. I don't have a doctorate in computer engineering. I'm sorry. Okay. And I don't have a master's in psychology. I'm sorry. Okay. 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 There we go. Little confession. And I don't have a bachelor's degree either. Okay. Sorry. The thing is, let me say this to you, Jamie. You know what? My dad said to me, what are you going to do? If you don't have some proper qualifications, you're going to be a salesman surviving on your wit. And you know what? Actually, being a salesman is better than having these stupid qualifications. Sales ability.
All the debt of the qualifications as well. I mean,
well,
this Dave Ramsey show, all these people calling up with these big
student
degrees.
loans,
enormous student loan debt, sometimes over $1 million, and they can't.
Well, we don't have that in Australia. We have HEX, but
we have HEX. That's right.
But let me say this to you, Jamie. I got to tell you honestly. I think realistically, sales ability is. And the thing is, we're always selling. People say, I'm not a salesman. I'm not a salesman.
We're all salesmen.
We're all salesmen.
I need to sell my missus the idea of getting into bed with me tonight.
Exactly. We're all selling something. Whether we like it or not, we're all selling something.
I need to convince my daughter to put those shoes on, not the other shoes.
Exactly. You need to convince the police not to arrest you and take you away. You know, we're all selling something, right? And I've got to be honest with you. What I've learned, what I would say is, look, we all are victims of our parents. Like the parents, they give us conditioning. I thought you needed a degree. But then I talked to someone like Jamie. I tell you, another academic guy is Sovron. Sovron, he writes some of these scripts, and you think he's an academic. He finished school at year 10. Okay.
He writes the scripts for sales
for those sermons. Those sermons, you know,
the show.
So the sermons with plastic, you know,
I'd really like to be invited to one of those, by the way. That'd be really cool if you could have me on for one of those.
Oh, okay, we will. The thing is, I got to tell you seriously, I think with these things, you're conditioned by your parents, but some of these skills you learn, like I thought, what the fuck? It's an eye opener because in taxi driving, people would tell you stories. So you get stories, and then you told stories. It was I found it an interesting time. Okay. You also had the public hate you. They treat you like shit. They always think you're going to rip them off. And honestly, most of the time you're just tired and you're not exactly sure of the quickest way somewhere. You're not really trying to rip people off. Okay. And you're treated, it's a very much an eye opener. You deal with people who are so low. They're cockroaches in society. You cannot believe it. The public is very rude to you. They're assholes.
The key for me was changing the environment because I love my parents and all that's good, but their aspirations was sort of there was a ceiling that I believed that I could get through, but I changed the environment, changed the people I'm hanging around with, and then suddenly I'm thinking that much money. No, that's not enough. That much money is enough. So if I was to change my environment now and go and live in Singapore and start hanging around with people in Singapore, bankers and whatnot, suddenly from what I think is achievable now, it's going to go even higher. So changing the environment and changing.
You got Parif, Rolex, and real estate. He's a great guy. Parif, you know Parif, the Landlord Watch. He's a great guy. I love his channel. Great guy. He's a real estate developer, a real estate guy in New York and Miami, I think. He's quite a cool guy there, Richard Pariff. I got to tell you, Jamie, seriously, I think in many ways there, I think taxi driving let me tell stories. So I'm a entertainer. Basically, what I do now is entertain, and I can tell a quick story. You had to explain it simply. It couldn't be complicated or long. It had to be a very quick story, and they had to be able to understand it. So I got to tell you, I think I learned a lot I did it for 3 or 4 months, taxi driving full time. Then I did it part time. Then I stopped. I also did limousine driving. I've done that. I've done a number of things. I remember, Jamie, here's this. Let me tell you this. I did limousine driving. And I remember I picked up this motivational speaker. His plane came in. I picked him up. I drove him 150 kilometers to a special function. It was at the Sunshine Coast at the this place is closed now. It used to be, Clive Palmer took it over. It was a resort. He gave I waited outside. He gave a 2-hour speech. Then I drove him back to the airport and he jumped on a plane. He was a business person, right? So people had paid hundreds of dollars to go to hear this guy talk. I had him in the limousine.
Captive audience.
And I could ask him ideas about business. I thought, Jesus Christ, I'm the one. I didn't even pay him. I got to chat to him about business and different things and talk to him about life. That was quite an interesting thing. I think, Jamie, to be honest with you, there's some people who just are not risk takers. You know, they stay in. I think the biggest success I've ever had was not getting a government job.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is if I got a government job, I actually tried. I applied for hundreds of government jobs. If I got a government job, I would never have the balls to leave. And you see this. I was contracting to a couple of government departments. The thing is, you never have the guts to leave. If you got a permanent job, you saw these people. It's like taking a wild animal, putting it into a cage at the zoo, and they were fed every day, and they were dead all day. Then when it was time to leave, you'd see them wake up, and they'd be out the door.
Bang on 5 o'clock.
Exactly.
Bang on the dot.
And you'd never see them. It was like the return of the Walking Dead. You know, they just woke up. And I thought to myself, do you really want to live your life? You're coming here just to get the salary. Is that life? And then they wake up in their free time and you think...
That's too safe. Oh, Archie's doing well. Yeah,
I remember these people, they were I got an Alfa Romeo, right, which was a disaster. I must admit, the car was a fucking disaster, but they would never buy a European car. Oh my God, could you imagine the trouble? And, you know, I enjoyed it for a while. Yes, it was a fucking mistake, okay? I admit, it was fucking trouble, right? But they would only buy the Corolla, the white Corolla. That was, you know, that was the sure bet. They never took any risk. They always, you know, and they even simple things like buying an apartment or a house, they would analyze it. They'd look at all the options and you think, geez, these people are so vanilla. You know what I mean? They just so worry. They just took the safest. And I thought, fuck me dead, this will kill you. You hang around these people who are just doing the safest option all the time. And I reckon that's the best thing, not getting a government job. Because if you got a government job, I wouldn't have the balls to resign. You'd stay there. Because the hardest thing about a government job is getting in. Once you're in, it's easy street. They don't, I'll be honest with you, okay? I've worked in government. I remember I started at ambulance in IT, right? And I used to turn up at 8 o'clock. And if I was really lazy, I'd be finished by about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'd done all the work. And I said to this guy who was my supervisor, his name was Lloyd. I said, Lloyd, what the fuck do I do? I don't understand. He said, Paul, you shut up. He said, if you're going to start saying, hey, I got nothing to do, he said, you need to look busy. He said, otherwise they're going to realize you do nothing and boot you out, and I'll get in trouble. They'll start saying, what do I do? I said, you just shut up, look busy, do a few tasks, take your time, pace yourself out. And I got to tell you, I don't know if you've ever done this. If ever you want to see time, like it's like when you go to a brothel, the time flies. An hour in a brothel feels like 10 minutes.
I used to get 30-minute sessions.
30, you know what I mean? It feels like 5 minutes.
Just
But if you're in a government job, an hour feels like 4 hours because the clock is so slow. You know what I mean?
Designated cigarette break at 10:15 is your cigarette break.
You know, it's just so slow. And I got to be honest with you, I think the best government, the safest jobs like that that's poison. There's more to life than going there and getting your... I mean, I understand you need money to survive. Of course, you've got to pay your bills, but Jesus Christ, it was absolute torture. And everybody's so desperate to get in there. I think that'd be the worst thing to... Because you've got to keep your head down. It's not like there's a lot of work to do. And if you say to people, hey, you got anything else? Other people get jealous and they start backstabbing you. You've got to just fit into your groove, know your area, and don't go into other people's lane. You got to stay in your lane. Otherwise, you'll piss them off. It was fucked. I reckon that's the most soul-destroying job would be to have government job because, yeah, I was lucky. I did it as a contractor, right? And I got to see what it's like.
Prophet wants the link.
Drop the link. Let's drop the link for Prophet. Let's get him on here, Jamie. I'll see if we can do a real estate deal. Let's get him out there. He's actually a great guy. Prophet is a great guy. Link is dropped for Prophet. Prophet Realty. He's a huge Rolex fan. He's just... He's a very passionate guy. That's what I like about him. He's a very passionate. He loves his Rolex, and it's. I got to tell you, I didn't realize I'd be in this YouTube space. You go into an area. It's sometimes it's the thing you least expect you'll do. You go, here's. Oh, that's Bobby. What's Bobby want? Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Archie, I want to steal your leads, Archie.
The leads.
Jamie, I've been thinking about you, Jamie. I wish we could have got together.
Oh.
I love you, Jamie. I love your collection. Pull it up, Arch. Pull it up.
Here we go. We got Prophet. Here's Prophet. Say
the
hello
Pontiff.
to Prophet.
What's up, the Pontiff? What's up,
Hey,
fellas?
man. Hey,
Hello.
man. This is Richard Prophet. Richard Prophet is the... he's a huge
you,
Rolex
fellas? How
lover.
are you?
Jamie finances property developers, don't you, Jamie? That's your business?
Yeah, we raise finance for developers that are often wanting to do their own projects in-house. So
Oh, you're
they'll have
making a lot of
access.
money, Mr. Jamie. You're making a lot of money, Mr. Jamie.
Yeah, there's good money to be made. A lot of the finance that we're raising is coming from Asia, Hong Kong, Singapore, and it's to the UK for UK.
Most of my
developers.
clients are Asian. Asians are bringing all the money to New York right now.
Yeah. Wow.
So what's up, fellas? What's up,
Hey,
Pontiff? What's
Prophet,
up, Pontiff?
landlord
Good to see
watch.
you,
We
brother.
want the
Good to see you.
landlord watch. What's the landlord wearing today? What's Prophet wearing today? Prophet's a huge Rolex guy. That's what he does. He does the Rolex. He loves his Rolex. He loves his Rolex. Tell me, Prophet, what's the go? What's happening with you, man?
New York is ridiculous right now. That's my city. Don't get me wrong, I love New York, but there's so much going on. So now I'm in Florida more than I am in New York. Before I would be, out of every 3 months, I would be 1 month in Florida. But now, what's going on now? I'm out of the month. I'm 3 weeks in Florida and only 1 week in New York. I just don't feel safe in New York right now, and it's crazy because New York is my city. I love New York. I was born and raised in New York, but it's crazy. It's crazy. I got a new video coming out tomorrow. Check it out, about what happened to a young guy. He was wearing a landlord watch, steel sub, New York City, and he was eating on 60th Street East, on the Upper East Side, 60th Street in Philip Chow, my neighborhood. It's an expensive neighborhood, and he got shot, and they took his watch in Philip Chow's, an expensive restaurant in a posh neighborhood. So
he had his watch taken off him.
He got shot.
Yeah, they said, "Give me your watch." He said no, and one of the guys, a couple of guys, one guy took out a gun and shot him right in New York City. And New York City doesn't allow you to defend yourself. So what can you do? Unless you're I'm grandfathered in, so I've been able to defend myself for the last 20 years. So lucky, I'm one of the lucky ones. But most people, they aren't able to defend themselves. I am one of the lucky ones. But if you're not one of the lucky ones,
Prophet, tell me this, man. Rolex is. Tell me this. What's the whole go? The vibe in America? Is things doing okay? Getting better or what?
No, Arch, no. It's weird that you say that. No. America is upside down right now. It's upside down. I got a lot of friends across the pond, and they reaching out to me, asking me what's going on, and it's just. Here's the thing: if you want to come to America, it's the Florida states of America. Florida is where it's at right now. Florida, maybe Austin, Texas, but other than that, it's Florida, states of America.
My God, tell me this, Jamie Opulence. He's got the land. He's got the property. He's got the Khaleesi paddock. Have you seen his paddock? He's got Prophet.
Let me see it. Put it up. Let me see.
Oh, he hasn't got it here. He hasn't got it with him, but
it's hidden.
It's
what are you wearing, Jamie Opulence? Let me see your wrist.
I'm wearing.
This is what he's got. He's got this. He's got this. He's got that. That's his.
What's
watch.
that? A World Time? That's a World Time.
World Time Khaleesi dial. That's what he wears there. That's what he wears. He loves his paddocks.
Beautiful. I like the green.
You know what?
That's similar to yours, no?
It's a World Time.
Yeah. Look, it's probably a bit. It's a great watch. Prophet, I just want to say, man, we love your videos there, man. Things will get better. Trump will come back next time, okay? Trump will come back next time. Let me just say this, Prophet. What watch, landlord watch, Prophet believes you've got to have your Rolex. Every man's got to get the Rolex.
Of course.
Man, what do you say to people who say they want a Rolex, Arch, they can't get it? Got to pay the gray market prices.
Pontiff, you said this long ago, every man needs a Rolex. But the thing is, okay, you need a Rolex, and let's say you got a few dollars. You can't get one. You can't get one. History.
Esther Bell, $67, $2. Richard, the liberal Dems have destroyed New York City.
Yeah. Hey, he's right on that, Pontiff. I know Australia. Can you fly now? Australia's locked down, right?
No, November, man, November. But it's landlord watch. Tell me this. What do you recommend? The young folk come to you and say, "Hey, what do I get? I want to get a first watch." What do you say, Prophet? Milgauss.
Landlord
what do you
watch.
say? What?
Landlord watch. Solid steel landlord. Don't waste your money on anything else. Don't waste your money because you're gonna look down and you're gonna be like, man, and then you're gonna try to flip that. You're gonna take a loss. Don't waste your money. Steel landlord, aka First
Prophet's
piece,
always
without a
been a
doubt.
big Rolex. He loves his Rolex. It's you hate these flippers. He hates the flippers who are profiteering, Jamie. We've got profiteers
I
there.
think that's a very
That's the
appropriate
problem.
watch. That Rolex is
That's the
very
problem.
appropriate for Florida, Orlando, Miami. That's perfect.
Two-tone. Yeah, man. I gotta say, man, I don't think the market's getting any better. The Rolex market is so damn. I got to tell you, I recommend David SW. Just pay the piper. Go to David SW, pay the piper, get the watch.
Pay the piper.
You're not gonna play the AD games. A lot of people, you're wasting your time playing the AD games.
That's
It's
a fact.
big.
If you don't have a spend history, if you don't have 100K in spend history,
100K.
don't play
That's
the
exactly.
games.
Don't
It's
play
100K.
the games.
That's 100%. It's 100K. I don't know. I don't care what other people say. It's 100K. That is
Yeah.
the. If you don't have that,
Plus-
just go to like David SW. You know, whatever you go there and just you
Pay
you
the
pay a little
price.
more, but you wear it for free. You wear it for free, and you know, time will catch up with whatever you paid. Time will catch up with whatever you paid. You know, you pay $2,000 over. Okay, that's
100%
fine. Time will catch up with that. Wear it for 2 years. Wear it a year. Time will catch up with whatever you wear. Whatever.
I got to tell you guys. The big thing is that. What are you doing there, Green Room?
Nothing.
I got to tell you.
My favorite color is green. What's up, Green Room? My favorite color is green.
Oh, not much.
I'll be back in. Actually, no. Let me just say this. I got to tell you, seriously, Prophet. Rolex used to be you could have a normal middle class guy who was working hard could have a few Rolexes.
I remember.
Now it's hard to have one. It's hard to have one. You know,
I remember you could walk in. I remember, like in my neighborhood, right? There's a big AD. It's called Time Machine in New York City, and you could walk in, and they had. Not only did they have every single Rolex model, and you know, but you could get a 15 to 20% discount. I don't know if many people remember this, but you could get a 15 to. That's right. I know you remember. You could get a 15 to 20% discount on any gold piece you wanted. You know, 2016. You know, that's when that
Scott
ended.
Allbrand, $5. Great to see Prophet on the Archie Luxury live stream. Yes, it is. It is very, very good. Jamie.
Let me just say this, Pontiff. Let me just say this to you. You are the one and only, the original. You know, other people may be like, you know, flashing the pot or whatever, but you are the original. You are the one that everybody watches and everybody knows, whether they care to admit it or not. You are the originator. You are the one. You go to Rolex YouTube, type in Rolex, and Archie Luxury comes up. Everybody I know that's into watches, I have turned them on to you, and you know, I say, look, this guy here is the truth.
Hey man, thank you so much, Prophet.
Not only is his content great, but he knows about watches. You spit out like 116, you know, 18, whatever. You'll know that reference. You know what that is, and you can talk about it. You know, true Rolex man. That's why when you sold the gold landlord, broke my heart. But hey, you know, things happen.
Yeah.
But I love that gold landlord on you. I loved it on you when you sold it. Things happen, but you know, you're back now where you belong.
I tell you what, man, I got 3 Rolex. I'm scared to sell any because you can't get them back. You know what I mean? You cannot.
You're back where you belong, Arch. You're back where you belong. You're back
SR Bell
where
67.
you
Richard,
belong.
where's the yellow gold sub? Did you have one as well? You've still got one.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, black dial. I got it.
Yeah, he's got one. Yeah, that's it. He's just got a. No worries, Prophet. It's great to have you on.
This is my everyday. This is my everyday. This is pound for pound, dollar for dollar.
Amazing
I think
bang
the
per
best
buck.
watch you can buy. Pound for pound, dollar for dollar. Like I have more expensive watches and I have less expensive watches, but I wear this every day. Pound for pound, the best watch you can buy. Pound for pound.
Yeah.
Pound for pound. $1 for
Post
What are
the
you
link.
getting, Jamie? Which Rolex are you getting, Jamie? What Rolex are you getting?
Well, I'm gonna delay it now, but it was gonna be the Black Date Submariner.
Yeah,
I'm
great
not really
watch.
in any
Rush.
urgency. I don't feel the rush. I got my Patek, I got my pocket watch, I got my clock. I'm just gonna get the Reverso. My missus got her 2 watches.
Chat.
Rolex
You need that Rolex, Jamie. You need that Rolex, Jamie. You need that Rolex.
Yeah, maybe.
Run the shrink, $2. Drop the link for plastic. I don't know about that. We'll just drop it. We'll drop the link there. I got to tell you, it's fantastic having you on there. Profit has plenty of pounds, pound for pound. Savron, what are you saying there? Look, you know what? Life is hard. You think it's easy? I tend to comfort eat myself, right? I get so shitted off. Life is damn hard. I got everyone on my back. Everyone is riding on the Archie bus.
Super chat.
It's a success, Belly.
Hey, Archie.
It's a success,
Prophet.
Belly.
Indulgence.
Hey, my friend.
Here we go. Run the shrink, $2. Drop the link for plastic. We've done that. Yankee Doodle, $2. Profit. What other watches do you have? He has Rolex. Rolex and
only.
Rolex and Rolex. Only Rolex, man. Scott
Rolex
Allbrand, $5. Purchased my Rolex because of Archie and Profit. Thank you for the advice. Thankful for the advice. There we go. Look at that. You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Hey,
And,
guys,
you know,
guys.
legacy.
My mommy needs a new hair dryer. Can we have a fundraiser for mommy?
Who's this guy? Right? Who's this guy?
I can't pay my board. I can't pay my board this week. Can we have a fundraiser for my lodging fee?
Super chat.
I think that's a rhetorical question.
I've been thinking about your
what's on your
collection,
wrist?
Jamie.
What's on your wrist, Archie?
I got the landlord. I got landlord one there. Landlord watch. I got the sub date. Let me tell you this, landlord. I got to tell you, Prophet. You know, I don't really like to reveal too much about me, but you start saying it's a landlord watch. Guess what? I bought a little condo. I bought a condo a couple years ago. Got a condo. Because it makes you success. This watch will make you successful. Usually,
you goddamn right. You goddamn right.
You know it. I mean, look, there's people like Marcelo. You can't help everybody, right? There are some people who just it doesn't help, but there's a lot of power in having the Rolex. You got to work towards it. It's a symbol.
You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
I love it.
You goddamn
Richard,
right.
do you? SR Bell,
Archie,
$67, $2.
I want a Pepsi. Can you do a fundraiser for me, Archie?
Richard, do you own a yellow gold Yachtmaster too? Do you have a yellow gold one, Richard?
I do not.
Hey, Arch, what's up with the watches?
SR Belly is a mind reader. That's all I'm gonna say. I do not own that currently, but he's a mind reader. He's clairvoyant. That's all I'm gonna say.
Here we go, Yankee Doodle, $2. Profit. How's your real estate business going?
New York is rough, but Florida's great. New York is rough, but Florida is great.
Everybody's coming to Florida.
Prophet, I've got a stalker. Prophet, I've got a stalker in Jersey. A little guy from Jersey. He eats a lot of chickens. He's stalking me, Prophet.
Who is this guy?
Hey, Arch.
Here we
Hey,
go.
Arch, what's up? Hey, what's up with the watches? My wife, she says I need to focus on the restaurant. What do we do there, Arch? What do we do?
Absolute Ball, $2. Virgin, no, all thankfully gone. And we got GB, $2. Profit. What do you think about Destin?
Destin, what? Florida?
I don't know. Ron the Shrink, $2. Bobby, what do you think about Profit?
I like you. I love you, Prophet. I really wish I got to know you before. I love you, Prophet. I lose sleep thinking about your watches.
Hey, Arch, can you say this?
Cheers, fellas. Cheers.
No worries, man. It's all good there. I'm just taking a quick break. I'll be back in a minute there.
Say
Prophet.
Austin. Say Austin. He says that Austin. He says I need to get new Rolex, but Archie says he go for a break. I don't know what to do. You know what?
Bobby, what do you think about Prophet? Ron the Shrink. What's up, Ron the Shrink?
I love Prophet. I love you, Prophet. I lose sleep thinking about your watches. I wish I could have got to meet you before.
Ron the Shrink. Well, come to New York City or come to Florida. I would love to
Can
meet you.
Can you help me? There's a guy in Jersey. He's stalking me. He's always ringing me, trying to get me to appear on his stream. Can you tell him to leave me alone?
What's his name, my friend? What's his name?
He likes chickens. Yeah, he used to be on the show.
Oh, okay. What's on your wrist? Let me see what's on your wrist. Green room. What's on your wrist? You have...
I wear nothing. My wife,
Nothing?
she has
Nothing on Green Room's wrist. Nothing on Jamie's wrist. What's happening?
I got nothing.
It's all tucked away.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I'm wearing the Batman that Archie got me. I'm wearing the Batman that Archie got me.
restaurant. You understand?
I love the Batman. That's on the Jubilee. I have the same one. I love that watch. I have the same one. The beautiful watch. I have that watch. I have the same one. Beautiful watch.
Archie got it for me for free.
What the fuck?
I have the same watch. A fantastic watch. Is MJT in the chat? What's up, MJT? If you're here, what's up, MJT?
It's Austin. It's with the MJT. Austin says.
What's happening with you, Jamie?
Austin says one thing, I do another. I don't know what to do, Arch. What do I do?
I'm just pondering what's going on.
Jamie, you're in where?
Jamie, what you have, Jamie?
Spain.
You in
Spain.
You in England?
You're in Spain. I'm from England,
Wow.
but I live in Malaga, Marbella, in Spain.
Wow, Marbella.
You know Spain? Have you been to Spain?
No, I don't know Spain, but I know that the women are freaking gorgeous. That's what I do know.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. What's your origin? You're South American, no?
I know Marbella. Marbella is a very nice area. You must make a nice coin, Jamie. Marbella is a very nice area.
Yeah, no, Marbella is very nice.
Marbella is a very nice area. A friend of mine sold his place in Marbella, and let's just say it was it was an expensive place. So you must make good money, Mr. Jamie.
Yeah, money's good. Money is good.
Marbella is a very nice area.
Yeah,
he was on the top of the hill, and he had a small place, and they got a shitload of money. So if you're in Marbella, you must make a nice coin there, Mr. Jamie.
Yeah, I'm not on top of the hill. I'm next to the beach.
Oh God! Oh, so you must make plenty
I'm just
money,
fueling the fire.
You must.
Hey, that's good. We like to talk to winners. We want winners on this channel.
Jamie is a winner, Arch. Jamie
6,
is
7.
in Marbella. A buddy of mine sold his place on top of the hill, Marbella, and it was several $1 million. So if Jamie is by the beach in Marbella, you're talking to an 8-figure a year guy right there.
He's a Rolex guy. He's got to get himself a Rolex. You need to get a Rolex, man.
Jamie's an 8-figure a year man.
No, I just went to the toilet there. Come on, guys.
Jamie is an 8-figure man. He's an 8-figure man. Jamie's an 8-figure and a man.
Well, that's what we want. We want winners here. It's winner chicken dinner. No microwave chicken here. This is proper barbecue roasted. We got Camran R, $5. Green Room is talented. You betcha.
Yes. I speak to Austin. I speak to Austin about Zibluzi, and okay, that's enough. I think I'm overdoing it a bit.
No worries. I got to tell you, Prophet, you've been good for the community there. You hate these flippers, these flipper scum.
Does Patek interest you at all, Richard? I think Patek is king.
You know, Patek is Patek. I understand Patek is Patek, but you know, hey, I'm not blue blood. You know, I don't come from a aristocrat. You know, I'm not an aristocrat.
What nationality are you, Richard?
No, I was.
What nationality are you, Richard?
Well, my mom is Brazilian and my dad is Italian. But you know, I grew up, you know, in the shit, and I had to get it on my own. And for me, Rolex has always been king. Yeah. For me, Patek is more aristocrat. Okay, you get a Patek, but he, the self-made man,
he wants the Rolex. The
self-made. I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah,
very honest.
Yes.
SR Bell 67 $5.
Didn't give me shit, you know?
Rich is way better than Bear and Butt Pirate. Mark G. Okay, thank you, Bell. I got to tell you, Prophet. No, Jamie's wife she's Iraqi, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a mixture, Colombia, Turkish, Lebanese, and Iraq.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
She was born in
and
Beirut.
Jamie speaks a bit of Spanish as well. Jamie speaks a bit of Spanish as well.
What a mix. She must be drop dead. That's all I'm saying, Jamie. Yeah, she must be drop dead. That's all I'm saying. Good on you, my friend.
I got to tell you, Prophet. Good on you, how many Rolex, how many watches do you have at the moment, Prophet?
Oh, you know, I got a few. I just got a new one. I got the Dragon watch. I was like the first one of the first ones in North America with that watch. You know, I mean, now they're dripping in, but I got a few, maybe 7 now at this point. You know,
is there an end game? How many?
Like a link.
Who's that? Who wants a link?
No, there's no end game. There's no end game. I will keep buying until I drop dead. I will keep buying Rolex until I drop dead.
Man, that's fantastic. We like to see that ambition and scope there. That's what we like to see, guys. I'm going to be wrapping this baby up in 9 minutes time. 9 minutes time. I got to do my taxes. Prophet, can you give me some inspiration for my taxes? I got to go and see my accountant and get the taxes done. What do I do, Prophet?
Lie like a bitch. Well, you know, hey, you didn't hear that from me. But lie like a bitch. No. I'm joking. Don't play with your taxes because they will.
They'll come.
They'll play with you.
They will come for you.
But
Arch, I just want to tell you, man. You know, seriously, when I see you and I speak with you, you are really your celebrity in the space. I don't.
We
care
love you,
other
Prophet.
People have more views than you. They have more followers than you. They have more subscribers than you. You to me, you are the end all and be all of the watch community. And like I said, when I speak to you, there's a celebrity in the room.
Hey, man, you're a great guy, Prophet. Don't sell yourself short. I love your videos. Jamie, do you hang out at Marbella Club and talk watches with Nick Folks?
No, but I'm seriously considering taking up cigars.
Oh, you gotta smoke cigars. You don't smoke cigars at Marbella. Marbella's a big cigar community. Marbella's a big cigar community. Cuban cigars. It's all over Marbella.
Yeah, I'm seriously considering getting one of those lighters, a cutters, an ashtray, and having 3, 4, 5 cigars a year on Christmas, New Year, my birthday. Yeah. And that'll do it for me.
Let me show you
all brand, Scott all brand. Sorry.
Let me show you the cutter to get. Where's my fucking cutter? Sure. Oh, here. If you like V-cut, this is the cutter to get.
V-cut.
V-cut.
Or if you like guillotine, you know, you can get the double, which is guillotine on the back, and the V-cut in the front.
Wow.
This is Colibri.
Oh, yeah. No, Calibri. Yeah. They're great. Scott Allbrand, $5. Best para video when he is on the cruise ship outside balcony showing off his Rolex. Then the swimsuit beauty strolls out with him. Pure profit. That's profit. And fantastic 1872, £5. Keep being number one, Arch. Thank you so much. 6 minutes to go, guys. 6 minutes to go. I got to go and do my taxes. I'll come back tomorrow and give you the number. I'll give you the figure that I need to pay. And then we'll have to have a fundraiser to help pay that bill. Because I've spent all the money. The money went on watches.
Well, you know, it's tax deductible, Archie. It's a business expense.
No, it's not. I bought the boxes. My account said no. He said, you're going to get audited. I said, okay, let's put those away then.
What do you mean? If you show them, wait a minute. If you show them on your videos. He said to me, the box, I bought the watch box. He said, look, Arch. You got to have a receipt. Do you have a receipt?
I got receipts. He said, look.
So why aren't they deductible?
Because he said, you know, it's personal goods. He told me why. It's for
the channel. How are they deductible?
Yeah.
It's for the channel.
Toyota Mo, $2. Marcelo, Austin, or Archie. There we go. Toyota
Archie all day. Archie.
Thank you.
Archie.
Jamie, it's been a
number
great
one
show.
In the space. Archie, Luxury, the Pontiff, Paul Pluta. Number one.
Man. You're welcome. You're welcome on, Richard. Just come on whenever you want. Man, I'd love to chat watches. I want to do a one-on-one with you as well. Soon,
I've been watching your videos, Arch, for years. I mean, for years.
Thanks, man.
For years.
That's cool.
For years. The American winner. You know, I've got a lot of favorites. Your videos. I've been watching for years.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate your loyalty there. I do appreciate that. That is good news there. Green Room, have you learned anything today? Tell us what you've learned today. I introduced you to Profit. We had
Archie, let me tell you this. I've been to ADs.
Yes.
I've been to ADs.
Yes.
I mean, they won't comment. And they won't admit it. But I've been to ADs, and they watch your videos. I've been to Time Machine, New York City. The general manager there at Time Machine watches your video. He knows who you are. It's crazy. They watch your videos.
That's fantastic, man.
Hello, Prophet.
Yeah, that Arch. You know, just take this away. Take this away from this video.
Yes.
You are in the space, even though people might downvote, they might this, they might that, they might say, oh, this and that. You are king of this space. You are other people. They might buy views. They might this. There might even be a fucking, a flash in the pan. They might be hot for, a month. But next month they'll be gone. You've been here for over 10 years, or at least
10 years. That's right, Prophet.
You are the king.
It's a long time.
You are the king, and that's to be respected.
Fantastic. 1872, £2 for Green Room. I feel his pain tonight. Laugh out loud. Thank you. Man, I got to say, this has been a great show. I want to thank you for coming on. Prophet, it's great to have you on there. Jamie,
it's my pleasure.
It's great to have you on there. That's dedication. You wake up early to come on this stream.
Jamie, get a landlord watch, Jamie. It'll change your life.
Thank you.
He's had a few. Jamie's had a few.
It'll change your life.
I've had the Hulk. I've had a Rolex Datejust. I've also had the Patek Aquanaut, which is akin to all these, landlord type watches.
Don't drop
doesn't
it.
Do it
That's
for
all
me.
I'm gonna say.
It doesn't.
Don't drop it. Don't drop it.
That's exactly it. No, you. Look,
and don't get it wet.
Agree.
Don't get. They call it the Aquanaut, but don't get it wet.
Don't get it wet. That's exactly it there. I got to tell you guys, this has been a great show. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to end it now, guys. Stay in touch, and we will be back tomorrow,
Goodbye,
guys.
everyone.
We will see you tomorrow. Upvote.
Archie is king.
Thank you so much there.